I'm getting calls from Florida. I don't know you. You better keep it real. Derek, shut up. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everyone. Oh, wait. This always happens. There's always sound issues. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everyone. Welcome to whatever this is, which is hopefully going to be a Blood Rage from 1987 / Thanksgiving from 2023 live discussion. I don't think I said it's starting until 7:04 and I'm early. I am early. How is y'all? Got that on my teeth. It's disgusting. Oh, here. This is like my own little, is this my, what's it called? What are the gay, no, not the gays. What do the straights have? The straight men. This is a man cave. This is my man cave. I call it my spooky room, but I think it's like the equivalent of my man cave. I have my lights on, even if I'm not doing anything. Not my name. My name is not on. It's pretty fucking narcissistic. But the other lights are always on. Usually this window's open, but it's nighttime right now. And then I usually will have, this one's, what is this? Leaves. I'll have something like nice, like a nice scent going. I've been editing all day. So even though we're gonna talk about like Thanksgiving themed horror movies, which there are not many, I've been editing my new reaction, which will hopefully go up Saturday. Which, I mean, if I can manage to get a reaction posted for this Saturday, which is the Saturday after Black Friday, then I can do anything. I can literally accomplish anything. Sky's the limit because I work in retail. So Black Friday, I'm trying to like mentally prepare myself by what did the vice president of like our company say? She didn't say this, but this is how I took it. I kind of took it as like care a little less. And like I really took that to heart and it's been working. So I am working all week. Today's my last day off before, I mean, I work the next couple days, then, you know, I'm off on Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday will be murder, but I'm hoping to have this reaction 75%, 80% done, sky's the limit, by tonight. And then like tomorrow night and Wednesday night, I can do like 10%, have it ready to go, you know, whatever. It's my spooky cave, Yaz. We definitely need more Thanksgiving slashers. I think we'll talk about Blood Rage first and then Thanksgiving after. Although if you've been to any of my lives, you know that we're going to talk about this and then this and then this again, then something else and then another thing and then go off on a tangent and then 17 hours will have gone by. But excuse me, I'm still getting over being sick somehow for some reason. The residuals of it all. I don't know. Not that I don't know why we don't have more Thanksgiving slashers or Thanksgiving horror movies, but I think because in the early 80s, after Halloween and Friday the 13th, they were like, well, let's just do something for every holiday. A lot of movies got kind of just lost in that. And then it turned into a gimmick. And then people were like, well, now that phase is over. Let's do something else. But there is something to be said about event like holiday horror movies. If you were to give us an amazing New Year's Eve horror movie, like num num num, we eat it up. So Thanksgiving, I mean, what is this, 16 years in the making or something from when we got the Thanksgiving trailer in that Grindhouse movie. But I mean, again, we'll get to that in a second, but I freaking loved the new Thanksgiving movie. Hey, James, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Lee. Thanksgiving week and Black Friday week, all of the things. This is the week. I asked Moses, this cup I got for Moses. This is his, but I'm using it. I got this in Universal Studios Universal Studios Hollywood. There you go. Earlier this year, but it's cute and I like it. But I asked him for some wine and I held up a bottle of wine that he had bought and he went, no. And so I was like, okay. So what did I find? I found like a little bit of peach vodka and some ginger ale. So that's what we're having. I wanted to have like 3 of these. I wanted to be like Yutaka. I wanted to do like the happy horror hour thing where I go live and I'm already gone. Like I'm already totally sloshed, but I'm sorry, I can't. I didn't do it. Again, I've been editing. I've been editing all day. And then I just paused in the last like 15 minutes. Actually, how long? Oh, I closed it. The last like maybe 15 minutes, I've been watching EOM. I don't know if you watch I think it was EOM, his reactions, and he did Armageddon. And when I saw Armageddon as a kid, it wrecked me. So and he has emotional support dogs that he like in real life. So I'm interested to see how his reaction goes. I'm guessing he's going to lose his mind and cry a lot. Used to work at Barnes & Noble. Ooh, and Black Friday was always hysterical. Yup. Regular books on sale year-round were heavily coveted. People thought they were getting a Black Friday deal. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm just disgusting. It needs to be as disgusting as possible. Retail, period, it can be a nightmare. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm very good at my job. And you could walk in any mood and I'm going to be like, okay, great. I'll do whatever I can. Oh, I couldn't help you. I guess I'm trash. Have a great day. Like that is whatever, but it's exhausting to do. So, you know, I'm glad I'm almost done editing this video for Black Saturday, really, right? Because mentally, once Thanksgiving is going to exhaust me, Black Friday will exhaust me. The video will already be ready to go. I always post the video, like I schedule my videos. So because usually it has to go through like a copyright claim. So that gives it a couple days to go through, you know? So I'll schedule the video for Saturday morning. So I will like wake up, go to work, be at work, and I'll leave work exhausted, dead, miserable, unhappy, tired and hungry. And I'll look at my phone and I will see all of your amazing comments and things. And it'll make my day better. So thank you. Are you getting drunk on the internet again? Yes, bitch. Oh my gosh, Austin, I love you. I watched Thanksgiving over the weekend. So I loved that movie. You know what? We're gonna do the opposite of what I said. Let's talk about Thanksgiving first, because who wants to talk about Blood Rage when Thanksgiving just came out? So we saw, is there a bug on my wall? We saw Thanksgiving Thursday night in the what was it? It's like I want to say Dolby, but I've seen the Dolby movies like where the sound kind of shakes the theater. Like you can hear, like if something's happening over here, it's like behind you, kind of. I'm dying, still dying, which is crazy. I haven't eaten today, but it's acting as the agita. But this theater, the sound was crazy, but the seats shook. So your seat actually like went like this. So like a lot of times when cars were swerving and doing things, you're like, if the car went skirt, your seat would go like this too. It was amazing. The movie was a blast regardless, but that was super cool. That I saw Eli Roth after was posting a lot of things saying like seeing you know, a movie in the theater is a whole different experience. You have to go see us on a big screen. And I have to agree. Like I know he's saying that as like a gimmick to get people to go like spend money on his movie. But I have to agree. If you haven't seen it, 4D, thank you. Yes, 4D. Well, 4D maybe no, was it? Because they weren't doing the thing where they like spray shit at you. Because that is the thing. Like some theaters, who was it? Right, Robert Rodriguez's like Spy Kids, you know, 17, whatever, was a 4D release, and you went, and like when they were like, oh no, we're in a field of, I don't know, there's a sprinkler, they would shoot water at you in the movie theater, and that's not what this was. But wow, I was a little bummed because we got there late. And that is not something that I enjoy. I like to get there early. I get my chicken tenders. I love getting chicken tenders from the movie theater, and a small popcorn with no butter and extra salt, because I will eat the chicken tenders during the previews, and then I will slowly munch on the popcorn for the duration of the movie. It's a tradition. It's what I do. And then I'll have like a bottle of water. Like I don't need like a soda or something. What is it? The theater we were going to was like a good 40-minute drive away. We're going to like a better theater. Also, we're meeting one of Moses's coworkers. I guess it was closer for him. So we get there and Moses is like, I'll drop you off and you can like order your food and I'll get your food and bring it in. Well, I order the food, but then it's weird how you do it and this and that, blah, 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 this whole stupid thing. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I basically, I finally ended up walking in and it was in the middle or the end of a Thanksgiving dinner scene. So if you've seen the movie, it starts off, I believe, with Thanksgiving dinner, but I only saw the end of that whole scene. So if there's any other exposition, I mean, I still loved the movie without seeing the first like 8 minutes. I missed the first maybe 5 to 8 minutes. But the two kids were at Thanksgiving and they were just leaving. They're like, okay, we're going to go now. And they like got in the car with their friends and then they went to the, the store. By the way, spoiler alert for this movie, probably. I'm gonna probably just blah, blah, blah and talk about spoilers and such. But oh my gosh, I was like laughing when I should have been laughing. The audience was having a blast. We were cringing and screaming a lot. And I mean, I said this last night. Well, I said this last night with my friends, but if you've watched like an Eli Roth movie, they can be fun. They can be graphic and gory and crazy and fun, but they are kind of outside the normal box of like of a genre film. He finds a subgenre and then he goes off in another direction even still. So he's like, oh, you want like a normal slasher movie? Well, I'm going to take the slasher movie and I'm going to go in this direction. And you're like, cool. And then he's like, ha, surprise, we're going over here. His movies are very not balanced. Green Inferno being the greatest example of you go into it and it's one kind of movie and then 30 minutes in, it's a different kind of movie. And then it's a different kind of movie toward the end. And then the final act is like, what am I watching? Like, what is this? Like, this has been too many things. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't need to watch that again. This is his most, in my opinion, balanced movie. And it reminds me of like Ready or Not, where the humor is perfect and the gore is perfect and the characters are perfect. You're dealing with a lot of teenage characters. And I, for one, get really annoyed by teenagers in movies. They're either written really bad or they're acting terribly, or maybe they're underutilized or overutilized. I don't know what the hell was going on with this movie. But I didn't hate a single person. Even the annoying characters, like they're annoying for a reason, and I was okay with that. And so I was just, I loved the characters. Oh, I forgot that it gives a thumbs up if I do that. And fireworks. You're welcome for the fireworks, everyone. Lee says, when I worked at FYE, I wanted to cry after work on a 10. Yeah, 10-hour days, Black Friday. It's not fun. It's not fun because it's physically and emotionally exhausting. Like the opening scene of Thanksgiving of the movie with the panic and the chaos and the whatever, it's kind of how it is. I mean, I'm not like a doorbuster store. And our mall is one of the higher end malls. So we're not really a doorbuster mall, thank God. But I have been a part of like working doorbuster events, and it is excruciating to say the least. Austin loved it, of course. Spray shit at me. It reminds me of Rocky Horror Picture Show and people throwing shit. Oh, you know what? I want to go to a Rocky Horror Picture Show. I actually got to go to a couple events, like a couple musical like live performances of Rocky Horror before I ever saw the movie. And I've been told that's not the way to do it because the show is very confusing, but the movie is more cohesive, of course, because it's a movie. You can edit and chop things together. So I have not gotten to experience, I think, one time, and it was because Moses was in the show. Moses played, he played the Meatloaf character, who in Meatloaf in the movie. Moses he performs one of his many talents. He's also a performer, but he played that character. And so I went and saw the show But whenever I see him in a show, I'm just so like entranced by him. I kind of don't enjoy. I'm not paying attention to anything else. But I would love to go see a live performance of Rocky Horror. Whenever they are announced, they are immediately sold out. So that is next on my bucket list. I wouldn't have gone in if the movie had already started. Bummed me out. You have no idea. You have no idea. Eric asks, you've been waiting to have this conversation, Eric, about Thanksgiving. How'd you like Thanksgiving? I already started talking about it. I said it's Eli Roth's most balanced horror film, and I loved it from start to finish. And I was shocked that I was not annoyed by things. Like, even, I will say, there's a couple moments at the very end that are kind of just, they don't give or take away from the movie. Like that final scene could have not existed. I'll be totally honest. But whatever. Cool. It is what it is. Loved it so much. It was shot really well and had some great chase. Yes. I was so pleasantly surprised by the amount of like set pieces that were used perfectly from like a beginning, middle, end situation where it was, let's establish the setting. Then let's have a bunch of creepy, slow, suspenseful things happen in the setting. It happened basically every single setting that you're introduced to. A lot of slow, creepy, like they used the space very well. Then you get a full-on chase sequence, and then usually you get a death scene. Like every set piece was chef's kiss. I like the school, even like the front area, like the lobby kind of main entrance of the school. It's used a couple times for a few of the conversations with the kids. Then, about halfway through, two of the characters go off on their own, right? And it's slow and suspenseful. There's a couple jump scares. You're unsure of what's going on. It's suspenseful with them. It's suspenseful with our lead girl who's waiting for them. Then we get some jump scares. Then we get a whole chase sequence. Then we get a couple more suspense moments. And like, just like the school area, like not even like a prominent setting in the movie. Then when we go to the Carver house later, that whole thing with the stepmom, I wish the trailers had not shown the stepmom in the oven, because I probably would have thought that she was going to escape, but the trailer shows her in the oven screaming. Every advertisement shows the stepmother screaming in the oven, but it did not take away from how much I enjoyed that whole sequence with her in the house. Scott says the ending was quick. Yeah, well, the final act with the killer reveal, which I won't say that just in case, but the whole killer reveal part, I thought went well and was fun. Great. It was that last little scene at the end that was like a dream kind of, that I was like, you didn't need to exist, but that's fine. Do you think this could be the next iconic slasher villain? They keep advertising it, Lee, as the next, slasher icon, blah, blah, blah. I want to say yes, but you're going to start to dish out crappy sequels. So if this just existed on its own and was done, I think that would be amazing. The parade scene was also very intense. Eric, yes. And you're not thinking that kind of scene, something's going to happen. And if it is, you're not thinking it's going to go as horribly wrong as it goes. That kid in the outfit that was like dancing with his friends and then gets full on decapitated. Christine, I wasn't sure what to expect, but it was a fun movie. Yeah, I was like, okay, it's Eli Roth. Well, we get what we get, but it's crazy. He turned it up in regards to visuals, writing, the acting, performances, story structure. He elevated all of that compared to his other movies, and it seems like he turned down the gore. And I think that, but still very graphic, but I think that worked very well. I hope that he learns from this and we just get lots more of this kind of movie. Christine likes the parade too. Richard G. Hi, Richard. Wish my theater was packed. Seen it Sunday afternoon and there was only one. My theater wasn't packed. I was maybe half full or something. Someone also came in 40 minutes into the movie, which was weird. And they were right next to us. They kept coming in and leaving and coming in and leaving. I think someone was in their seat or something. The killer reveal. You could tell who it was because of the person's physique. Well, That's what I thought, but there was a couple moments where the person was tall and slender and walking in a very particular way, and the way he was walking was actually exactly how her boyfriend walked. So they have one prominent scene where they showed her boyfriend kind of walking very cocky and confidently toward her ex-boyfriend, who's the baseball player kid, right? And I'm like, why is he walking like that? Well, later the killer walks like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, which was, I mean, smart on their part, but then, you know, it's someone else. So, hey, Trash. Kathy, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to going. Oh, well then don't listen to me. Don't listen to my possible spoiler conversations. Hopefully nothing that I just said gave anything away, but just know it's a blast. The movie is a lot of fun. So, ow. What's everyone drinking? It could just be water. This is, again, because Moses wouldn't let me have wine because I'm a child, right? So it's peach vodka, and I took one. I put a little bit of his ginger ale in here. Eric says, Eric, I've been waiting to talk about this movie. There's so many great scenes. Also, another scene I loved was the bedroom attack with the things in the ear. Yes. Oh, gosh. Well, the trailer showed the ear thing. So I was kind of like, okay, like I know that's coming, but I was so into everything I was watching. The movie moved so quickly. It's like an hour and 45-minute movie that felt like it was over in 2 seconds. And so that scene in particular, and again, because I wasn't annoyed by any of the teenagers, perfect casting, especially the lead. I hope that we start talking about that lead actress a lot more, because that is a role that you could very much inhabit and be annoying or cringe or whiny. And I thought she was smart and strong and resilient while also being, you know, vulnerable and whatever. Loved it. And her friend, who was like on FaceTime with her boyfriend, right? When the ear thing happens, great actress. The dad with his little whatever, he's like, "Doctor, we go." You know, that was funny. I'm going to check out in case I see it. Have a good stream. Oh yeah, Adam, go. Sorry, get out of here. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Christine, thank you. Keep up the awesome horror chats. Yes, I'm gonna try. If as long as I keep getting supplied with alcohol, we're gonna keep doing this. I haven't seen it. Oh no, I forgot. You always love watching spoilers. Haven't you watched a couple of my reactions? You're like, haven't seen this movie, but I loved your reaction. And I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to work. Richard G, thank you so much. You guys are very nice. It's been a minute since we have like a nice live chill moment. I feel like the lives were few and far between, or it was too often. This one feels right. The lead looked like Julie James. She was giving Jennifer Love huge tits vibes, but no, I'm sorry, appearance wise, because her persona was giving more Sidney Prescott, but not even, because there's this thing, I call it the Sidney syndrome, where Sidney Prescott is an amazing character and she's badass and she's iconic and like deserves all the flowers. But if you kind of dissect the movies and think about it, she is a particularly uninteresting friend to have. She's the least she's not the funnest or the smartest or the most active or she's not in the friend group. She could easily have been lost, except that she's like a badass chick and terrible things have happened to her. So this friend was like funny, interesting, smart, and seemed to have like a normal social life, and then terrible things happened. Kathy doesn't mind spoilers either. Well, we have been discussing them all. The ending scene, I liked it. It's called back to old slasher movies that have a stinger at the end. Yes, that actually gave me like I know and I still know vibes. That last little dream sequence. I jumped. I mean, the jump scare worked. It's just I don't think that he needed to be on fire in the dream, or I think it should have been left open even a little more. Like the dream happens and she wakes up, and after she wakes up, she looks over and maybe we see something. The echo is like going off in the other room. Then she like sees something, and maybe she kind of like, I don't know. I feel like there could have been like one more beat to bring it, you know, to have it be more what's the relevant, I guess. Love these live streams. I don't have any friends. Richard G, me either. I mean, my friends are here and they're you guys. And then the friends I do have that I talk to maybe every day, they all live in different states. No one lives near me. So I have my human that I live with who I love. And I have Tyler who can't stand me half the time. Although we're bonding lately. He's my friend. And then all of my friends are out of the state, so it's a big bummer. But I'm glad you're all here because this is the stuff I would do if I had a friend. I'd have the friend over, we'd watch a movie, we'd talk about it, ha ha ha, have some drinks, and call it a day. So that's what we're doing here. I'm surprised how well shot the movie is. It had good cinematography. Yeah, you know what? His movies they don't ever look bad. Like he has great cinematography, or he has good cinematography in most of his movies. But I think that he doesn't pay as much attention to that in the long run. This movie the scope was bigger. It felt a lot more epic. I always felt the presence of the town, if that makes sense. I think he did a great job of establishing that everyone's involved. I think even more so than say like Scream or... And there's not many movies, I guess, like this that try to say like, oh, the whole town, it could be anyone, This did that better than most movies I've seen because I genuinely was like, it could be any of the 50 people we've been introduced to. Actually, there's 2 people I thought it was the whole time. 2 main people. And then like kind of 2 other people. I was like, they're making it seem like it's these 2. I give you balloons. Of those 4, one of them was correct, but one of them they kept showing, and I'm like, it's gonna be that person. And it wasn't, but that's the thing is you keep the guessing game going. But I will say, besides that, even just like the wide shots of like the store in the opening, the parade, just the town itself. I wonder, did they actually film it in Plymouth? I know it takes place in Plymouth, Massachusetts. I don't know where they actually filmed it though. They were fighting over the waffle iron that was cheap looking. Waffle iron. Oh my God, you're right. Yes, in the opening. So it is obviously a little bit of an exaggeration from what people would actually do, but you never know because, I mean, those are like the $15 waffle irons they have at the freaking store. We have one. Ooh, I want waffles. But that people are stupid. They're stupid and they're crazy. A person can be smart, but people are dumb. We can all come over. Oh, good. Christine says everyone can come over. Everyone can fit in here. My next purchase that I want is like a TV that has the VCR built into it, and then we can all watch a movie. Y'all, I've gotten so many. I was gonna start doing like unboxings and haul videos and stuff, and I was super excited. I've got a bunch of movies on the bed still wrapped. So I don't know if those videos are ever going to come. And I've got a pile of movies over here that I was like, ooh, I'll buy these because they're cheap. And then like, I'll do giveaways or like maybe people would, a claim sale. It's like, I bought them for cheap. I'll sell them for cheap, like whatever. Ooh, I got some stuff over here that I can't talk about because it's someone in this chat is potentially getting gifted one of these things. But yes, you can all come over. I think they filmed the movie in Boston. Oh, okay. Seems legit. Good. I'm glad they gave, Massachusetts the money. Molly says it's filmed in Toronto. Could have been both. They could have done both. The parade scene definitely had that small town feel. But I don't know specifically where. We see one of those places. Yep, Eric, I agree. I believe it was filmed the movie was filmed somewhere. Eric and I believe the movie was filmed in a location. I love how they captioned Massachusetts just missing was the Cumberland Farms. They needed Cumberland Farms, and there was no Dunkin' Donuts that I can recall. And that's it. The Black Friday scene kind of reminded me of a mob scene from Halloween Kills. Eric, I'm gonna have to disagree because I freaking hated Halloween Kills, especially the mob stuff. This movie turned the mob into like but yes, you're right because it's the same idea. It's just 2 different directors doing a good job versus a bad job of the same scenario. See how that works? And using the scene to propel the story forward or using the scene for no reason because you're a hack. that's, that's how I look at that. Kathy, happy Thanksgiving, the holiday and the movie, to be honest. Thank you very much. Kathy, you're the best. You all are the best. Molly says yes, was definitely. Yeah, no, Molly and Eric and we agree the movie was filmed somewhere, everyone. So I want that in the books that we have decided that it was filmed somewhere. At least Thanksgiving isn't an extremely horrible Thanksgiving movie like Thanksgiving was. Talking Killer Turkey. I haven't seen that. Blockbusted, are you still here? If Blockbusted is still here, he will tell me if I should watch Thanksgiving. And this is the thing. Y'all help me pick movies to watch. When you guys tell me to watch a movie, it's great decision. When I decide to watch a movie, bad decision. When Blockbusted tells me to watch a movie, it's also a great decision. Usually, if I put up a poll and I say, which one should I watch? It's because I ran them through Blockbusted first. And Blockbusted says like, yes, 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 no, no, no. Or he'll straight up say, I think this movie you should watch just on your own. You're going to like it, but just watch it on your own. This one, I think you're going to want to do a reaction for. Like he's never steered me wrong. So if, let me see. I don't know if he's still in here. I'm being asked about Thanksgiving period. Is that a movie I should be watching? Question mark. Let's see what he says. Thanksgiving beat the Marvels this week. Oh, Thanksgiving beat the Marvels. It did. Oh, right. Because the Marvels had like a 78% drop or something. That's a whole different conversation. I don't think that movie probably deserves as much hate as it's getting, to be honest, because the first movie also got a lot of hate. And I thought it was a fine movie. Like it was, they kind of realized we have a new character that no one knows and people don't like Brie Larson for some reason. Let's partner her with someone people love, Nick Fury. They added a cat. They added a lot of fun characters. I thought the movie was good. It's just that they probably should have introduced her sooner and then gave her her own movie. And a combination of people were bummed that Black Widow didn't have a movie yet, which is true. Like, why has she been here for 10 years and you haven't given her a movie? But the movie was good and didn't deserve all the hate. People who have seen the new the Marvels have told me it's fun. Like, it's not amazing. Like, Marvel has fallen off a lot, but they were like, this was fun. Like, the characters I laughed out loud. The action sequences were great. And I was like, that sounds like a movie I'd want to go see. But haters want to hate. So same with The Flash. People came back and said The Flash was actually like a fun movie and very nostalgic, but it did terrible. And people were like, don't go see this movie. It's trash and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I want to go and be entertained and then I leave. That's it. That's really it. I think Thanksgiving was an IMAX as well. But, oh, Eric, you must have jumped on a couple minutes late. So I saw it in not quite 4D, but my chairs moved. So when I saw Thanksgiving, I saw it because I've seen Dolby before. Dolby theaters, I love. Like I saw Scream 5 and 6 in Dolby, where the sound is like all around you. And they describe it as being like an immersive experience and your seat will kind of vibrate. Like everything kind of moves, but it moves because of how loud the sound is. When I saw Thanksgiving, it was literally like when the cars would kind of come in and like go skirt, your whole chair would go like everything was vibrating and moving and shifting left and right and forward. It was amazing. So I highly recommend those theaters. Flash is underrated. See, I heard The Flash was good, but people want to hate. I heard that The Marvels was good, but people want to hate. So it is what it is. I'm sure the new Aquaman movie will be fine, but people are going to want to hate. Although I do think that Amber Heard is trash. So, that part will be true. Love seeing Patrick in a horror film again. Same. I wonder if he's open to... Molly, my thoughts exactly. I have been waiting for Mark Kincaid to come back to that franchise for a while. And the fact that they keep announcing that new characters are like, we're bringing back more people, don't worry. Who else is still alive except for Mark Kincaid? Cubbyholes! It's Leo! Pew, 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 pew. Hi, friend. I'm drinking peach vodka and ginger ale. What are you drinking? I don't think any of you told me what you're drinking. No one has said that they're drinking. Let me see. The Marvels and Flash were good, but Amber can kick rocks. 100%. 100%. I love how we're talking about Thanksgiving and it turned into the Marvels. So yes, I thought the beginning of Thanksgiving was great. The middle of Thanksgiving was great. The end of Thanksgiving was great. Even when the killer reveal happens and literally, which is very 80s slasher, chef's kiss. Thank you, Eli Roth. Thank you. I don't want to say who the killer was. Thank you, who the killer was, for being able to deliver this line in a way that was kind of cringe, but mostly just iconic and a blast. When the killer says, "There will be no leftovers," I was like, yes, bitch. Like, I had so much fun watching that movie. Drinking peppermint white Russians. God, that sounds good. That sounds nasty. Lee's drinking tea tonight. Got too drunk this weekend. Lee, you have to get drunk on Monday nights with me. That's that's the rule. But tea, that's smart. I had tea. What movie reaction? Oh, Blood Rage. When I did Blood Rage, I had to have tea because, like, been going through it. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to. Oh, what did I click on? Okay. What was your favorite scene in Thanksgiving? I loved all the chase sequences, chase scenes. I was surprised. Yes, we talked about the chase sequences. There were so many. I loved them all. I think the two scenes that jump out the most are the opening scene with the store, and then the scene with the stepmom, because they're like drawn out in the best ways. I just cannot wait to have a steel book of that movie. And Eli Roth even has his own show about, like, behind the scenes of horror movies. What was the name of his show that he had? I watched the first couple seasons and it was good, but he's got to have tons of behind the scenes footage. I'm guessing there's going to be a director's commentary. Like, I need the steel book of Thanksgiving immediately. Leo, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, how do I don't know what I'm doing. I had a poll going. Blood Rage or Thanksgiving, which one do you prefer? Thanksgiving's winning. I kind of figured that because some people, I didn't even know Blood Rage existed till a couple months ago. Another one that Blockbusted Videos told me I should be watching. So that line is better than the cranberry. Oh my gosh, the cranberry sauce line. Let's start talking about Blood Rage. We can start talking about it. Oh, Leo knows the killer. So have you seen it, Leo? Have you seen the movie, or you just know? Thanksgiving was fun. Oh, you saw it. Okay. Lots of cheese and lots of gore. My favorite toppings. B+. I'd even give it an A-. I would give that like an 8.5 out of 10 for how much fun I had watching Thanksgiving. Blood Rage was wild. As a child of the 80s, it's disappointed. Literally never heard of it. Oh, so when Yaz, is this another one where you watched my reaction but not the movie? Or did you watch the movie? Either way, it's it is something to behold, because my reactions, of course, I'm only giving you you get pieces, you get glimpses. It's a very short movie, though. I usually comment on how short the movies are when they're that short, and I didn't during that reaction, but it was an exceptionally short movie. Was it Eli Roth's History of Horror? Thank you. Yes, Eli Roth's History of Horror. So he better have such an in-depth behind the scenes documentary, whatever, about the making of Thanksgiving when we get a release. Oh yeah, I accidentally found the killer. Sorry, I didn't tell you, so that wasn't me. I liked Blood Rage for what it was. Never even heard of the movie. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that poster with the knife and the person screaming, but never knew what it was in relation to. And then when the part came, we're talking about Blood Rage now. So this is now, Thanksgiving is mostly over, even though we're going to talk about some more probably. Blood Rage. When I got to the part where the girl is on the date with the rich guy and she's like, to her baby, like, I'm going to get you a rich daddy. When she opens the door and his head is hanging, I was like, oh, I've seen that before. I don't know where I've seen that, but I've seen that image or that clip or whatever. I just didn't know it was from that. Same with the kid killing the couple or the guy, I guess, in the car in the beginning. I remember that scene of him going, beat it. And then the kid just going pew with the hatchet, but I don't know where. and I didn't know it was from that movie. Saw you first, then I found a bootleg copy and watched it. Oh, okay. It's a trip, right? Blood Rage is a trip. It's like, it's, well, okay. Someone told me in the comments that it was originally called like Murder at Redwood Lodge or whatever the name of the condominium complex is. It was like murder. It was called Murder at that place. Then they changed it to Slasher. Then for the VHS release, they kept Slasher, but they changed the actual name to Blood Rage. So it went through some things. The marketing of Thanksgiving has been amazing. I love the posters and the endless ads. I've been loving the ads for Thanksgiving. The teasers have been quick. They haven't given anything away. Other companies need to take note about what this movie's doing versus what every other movie seems to do, which is give away like everything. This has been like killer on Thanksgiving, screaming face, jump through a window, Thanksgiving. Like that's all we need, and we're gonna go. Bestie, if we saw a movie together, boy, the kills more than made up for it. Oh my gosh. The kills in Blood Rage. Someone also told me in the comments I was watching an unrated version because I was shooketh about how great the effects were in Blood Rage. I'm like, how have I not heard about this? Because even the worst of the worst horror movies you've heard of, usually because they have like a standout character, maybe it's a standout killer, or it's the standout kill scenes. This one had a standout mother, and it had crazy kill scenes, and no one's talking about it. So I guess it's because it's the unrated. Parade one was insane. If you know, you know. Oh, okay. Oh, for Thanksgiving. Yep. Blood Rage is a crazy ass movie. Watching it. Ow. On the Lost. Oh, Bob Briggs did some. Yeah, Lee, I'm sorry. You're the one that told me that they did Bob Briggs. Bob Briggs did the Blood Rage. The mom was in 70s show. She was in that 70s show? Wait, was she in that 70s show or was she in a 70s show? Mary Hartman. Okay. I don't know. But I will watch. I'll look if it's on Shudder. I'll watch the Joe Bob Briggs. The Parade. Okay. We get it. The Parade was great. We talked about that, how it was like you expected something to happen, but not what happened in that parade. For Thanksgiving, I was expecting like something was going to go down and they will leave the parade, not decapitation, gas bomb, murder, tranquilizers. What the hell? I want Thanksgiving to be available on streaming this Thursday. No, I don't want it Well, no, because I do want to watch it again. Actually, how awesome would that be? Maybe you're right. They should have it streaming, but they're making too much money at the theaters. So they won't. I just want the physical copy released now. That's what I want. I thought the trailer gave away a lot in Thanksgiving, but no. See, it gave away the stepmom in the oven, which I said earlier kind of bummed me out, but not too much because even though they show her in the oven, that whole like 15-minute scene of her trying to get out of the house and maneuver around the guy and whatever, it was so stupid fun. The alcohol was the standout character in Blood Rage. Mother, yes, she would not stop. I can relate. I loved her for this. Would not stop filling her glass with wine to the point where she was like, she couldn't even hold it. She's like vacuuming, cleaning the stove, eating the leftovers, all while drinking wine. But the piece de la resistance is she passes out. When she slumped, it went, just slumped. We see a couple more scenes happen. We cut back and she's waking up because she like passed, her son puts her in bed. She wakes up, pours more wine, and then she's off on the side going, I get it. I loved it. We get it. Oh my gosh. We don't think they'll die like you think they'll die. Right. So even though they showed the stepmom in the oven, the whole scene was suspenseful. I was shocked and happy and surprised. And then when she ends up in the oven, for some reason in my mind, I'm like, maybe she gets out. Spoiler, she doesn't. But every other person was still a shock. How have we not talked about this when it comes to Thanksgiving? Because it's the biggest part of the when you're saying this, you mean Thanksgiving, right, Leo? You're talking about they don't die how you think they're going to die, or do you mean Blood Rage before I go off on a tangent? Because my tangent can go two different ways. I'll wait until you let me know. Mom, Blood Rage on the phone for 78 hours. Call the cops. Yes. She would not. Like, you're best friends with the operators at this point. Fucking call the cops. She was like, my son escaped from his school. I mean, his mental institution. I mean, he ran away. I bring him his pie. She just, and the operator's like, ma'am, what number do you want? And she's like, what do you mean? She was so pissed about it. I was rooting for you. Oh my gosh, Leo. School chase reminded me of the chase in I Know You Did Last Summer with the closing mannequin area. The clothing. Yes. Oh yeah, that's true. I like that. Yes, Thanksgiving. Oh, you haven't watched the Blood Rage reaction. Leo, watch Blood Rage with several glasses of wine. Have a sip of wine every time the mom has a sip of wine. Then watch my reaction, or just watch my reaction. And then period, and that's it. But yes, with Thanksgiving, when they showed the stepmom, you think she's going to get away and blah, 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 and she doesn't. And I still was like shocked and surprised. But almost every kill still happened differently than I was anticipating. But again, the scene that we have not talked about, like how, but it's up next, kids. Thank you. How have we not talked about the trampoline scene, which surprisingly did not go the way you think it's going to go. Like the trampoline scene in the Grindhouse trailer, because again, the Thanksgiving movie is based on Eli Roth making a fake trailer for a fake movie that played in between Planet Terror and Death Proof, the Grindhouse movies from like 2006 or 7. There's a scene where the girl's jumping on a trampoline and a knife comes through the trampoline right as she does a split. And she lands, and then it cuts to something else. So this movie shows a trampoline. So you're like, we're going to get the scene. And she does the split. The knife comes through, but then she closes her legs and she lands on it with the back of her foot. Like it kind of went more quickly. Blood Rage just reminds me of Carrie the Rage. I haven't seen the Rage Carrie 2 in a long time. Trampoline scene was quick. It was quick. They could have drawn that out a little more. I was expecting her to have landed. I guess I'm glad she didn't, right? Land with her legs wide open. But once she lands, it's just pew, 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 and it's done. Which I guess that's, what else do you want? Unless she like crawled off or something, but still good. I saw kill was also kind of set. Wait, the Saw kill. Oh gosh, yeah, because that's his girlfriend. And like again, when you give us a chase sequence, you give us hope that person's going to survive. I think that's what like filmmakers don't realize now. They think we have to give you like suspenseful moments and then quick kill and onto something. No. The reason we're still talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar and I Know You Did Last Summer is because you had such hope after everything she had been through, the music, the cinematography, the editing, that everything was so perfect. And then you were left with hope she was going to survive. And then she dies. They gave us that like 9 times in Thanksgiving, where you watched this person like persevere so much and then still not make it. Grindhouse, talk sweet things to me. Ooh, Grindhouse, I know. Forgot about the trampoline scene. Just example of how many great scenes. Yeah, that's the thing is when you say how like what's your favorite kill scene? I'm like, I don't know, all of them. We're also not talking about was it Gina Gershon? Is that her name? Like only in the movie for 5 seconds. But oh my gosh, and her hair and her like scalp gets just okay. Yeah, like a lot. Saw trampoline scene was so sexy. Sexy. We love a survivor. Survivor Reba, I think. Survivor Reba. What? What do you mean? Like Reba McEntire? Who's Reba? Reba. Are we talking about are we talking about like Reba from Tremors? Like that's where my mind is going. Who's Reba? Y'all tell me who Reba is so I can see. Oh, I did talk to text to Blockbusted and it changed thanks killing to Thanksgiving killing. So he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Stupid me. Yes. Elm Street Kid, who was here earlier, Adam, always says that. He goes, I'm a survivor, like from her show. I'm so dumb. Supposed to be a quote, Jamesy, I'm fired. It was Reba though. Yeah, Gina Gershon didn't even get 60 seconds in the movie, and she's still an icon. Justice for Helen Shiver. She really deserved to live. Yeah, that's the one big bummer is they established like so hard that she's dead that even if they do a legacy sequel, we're all kind of like, I mean, Tremors. Thank you. Okay, so it's a combination. I'm gonna say I was right, Leo. I'm gonna say I was right. Where's Melissa? Usually you fight her. Why are we fighting? But it's the Survivor song from her show. But I also immediately think of her in Tremors. Leo's always talking about the D plus. Love that the killing Thanksgiving wasn't just killing and leaking. I love that they had stalking moments. Yes. Like the chase sequences were amazing, and they utilized every set piece. They're like school, you know, a couple monologues and some exposition, then a suspenseful scene, then some jump scares, then a chase, and then some more suspense, and then we're done with that set piece. Next set piece, cool. Now we're in the Carver house. We're gonna do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Cool. The girl's house with the Russian dad, and he's like, "Daughter, we go to Florida." Like, we got a whole like a couple suspense, a bunch of suspense moments, couple jump scares, some exposition is in there. She's even doing her FaceTime thing, which they didn't overdo to the point where it was annoying. It was just she's on FaceTime with her boyfriend. That's what we do. Everyone does that. And then a chase sequence, and then a graphic murder scene. They used every set piece. Just love. We love Gina, and it's where she was playing. She was like not playing a normal character that she would play. She just played like this humble. I mean, we did establish that she was cheating on her husband at the end, but she just played like this humble, like I brought pie, you know. Is where that it made me want to do some Friday shopping. No, well, the opening scene, yeah, it made me want to do Friday shopping, and I work retail, and I fucking hate Black Friday as a holiday, although we do make coins. So, yes, give me more stalking. Eric, you nailed it. Halloween did it so good. What did I miss? Did I miss a comment from Eric? Eric, I'm sorry. Thanksgiving available. Did I miss a comment? I don't know. I'm sorry if I missed a comment. I didn't see one. Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life with Justin Long? No, I heard Catherine Isabel's in it. Someone told me after the fact, and I was like, I love her, so that's amazing. Justin Long can do no wrong ever. I want to see every single thing that he's ever in. He is charming and handsome and gorgeous and funny and like just, I think, a great underrated actor. But I accidentally watched the trailer for that movie because it played, I think, in front of, when I saw Terrifier 2, when Terrifier 2 came back to theaters for like that one day, they played that trailer and I was like, I can't look away. And it gave away the whole movie. And I was like, wow, imagine if I didn't know all that shit. So I'm not interested in seeing it anymore. And I heard it's just meh. So if it's amazing, I mean, I probably won't do a reaction for it because I've heard more bad than good, but maybe I'll check it out. Leo says it was fun. It's not cranberry sauce. That stupid line. It should have been a little inside joke in Thanksgiving. Oh, they should have had like a cranberry sauce line. Also, the cranberry sauce line did not need to be said 17 times. Like the two lines that stick out in that movie are that line, you know, like it's not cranberry sauce because he says it so much. And for some reason, the other one is the turkey was perfect. I don't know why those are the two lines that stick out to me the most. Scott says, yes, love Justin Long ever since Britney Spears movie Crossroads. Oh, I've loved him. I don't know when Crossroads came out, but for me, it was Jeepers Creepers. I was like, who is this boy and why am I in love? You and her, the only Catherine are the only people I follow. You and her are the only Catherine people I. What? Wait, you follow me and you and her are the only. Leo, explain yourself. Do you mean you only follow me and Catherine Elizabeth? Isabel? Elizabeth. Imaginary trailer Thanksgiving premiere. Did you see it? No, Eric, I arrived at the movie late, which is a whole big thing because I hate arriving to movies late. But I didn't see any trailers before the Thanksgiving movie. I've heard the trailer was good because when I saw Five Nights at Freddy's, I went to the theater and there was like a title reveal, which looked like a 10-year-old made it. It was all black, nothing was happening, and they had like some voiceovers. It's almost like they were trying to do. Remember when the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake came out and there was a teaser that actually was like, it was pitch black. There's a black screen and you can only hear a woman screaming and crying and running and whatever. And then you hear like the chainsaw is starting. And then all of a sudden the chainsaw cuts through the black screen. And then it shows his face for like a half a second and says Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's almost like they tried to do something like that, but like I almost thought the screen was broken. I'm like, what's happening? Like, are we supposed to be seeing something? And then they showed like a couple little quick, like pew, 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 pew of nothing happening and said imaginary. And I was like, that did not make me want to watch the movie at all. Then I heard a trailer came out that I have not seen that I heard looks good. So where do babies come from? Garcia, where the hell you been? Hey, Siri, where do babies come from? Oh, she's not gonna read it? When a guy goes through puberty. What the hell? Hey, Siri. Where do babies come from? She's not going to read me the answer, Garcia, so I will read it to you. When a guy goes through puberty, his testicles begin to make sperm. When a girl goes through puberty, her ovaries start to release an egg about once a month. Once a guy produces sperm and a girl produces eggs, if they were to have unprotected intercourse with each other, their bodies could reproduce or make a baby. That's why it's so important to know how pregnancy happens. You're welcome, Garcia. I know you sleep with lots of women, so I'm glad I finally told you that so you can be protected. Never ask me that question again. Shut up. Nah, whatever you saw of its wonderful knife, don't believe it, you'd be surprised. Oh, okay. Because the trailer showed that a killing happens and then Justin Long is the killer. And then she's like, uh-oh, I wish I had never been born. And then all of a sudden she wasn't born. It's like, It's a Wonderful Life. And she finds out that the killings that she stopped were never stopped because she wasn't born. And so the killer's still out there and it's still Justin Long. And then I don't know. It just didn't. I was kind of like, wow, this isn't like, why would you show all this? Take notes from Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving did not give away anything. I met you and Catherine, the only people I follow. Oh, you had some wine. I wasn't allowed to have wine, so I'm having vodka. You only follow me and Catherine. That is hysterical, and I am honored. It's Wonderful Life is so fun, especially beginning and the end. Well, maybe I'll watch it then. Babies come from booty holes, I think. Oh, yeah. I think they come from butts, Leo. I don't think that Google was right. Right? I know. Yeah. Ew, Eric. Garcia. Wow. iPhones suck. You suck. Shut up. Stop asking where babies come from. Think of a better question. Girl, that's a booty hole. You're stupid. I was bi once. Weren't we all? It's Wonderful Life twist. Yeah, but the kills are so good and there's a lot of twists. Okay, so there's twists and stuff. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe It's a Wonderful Knife has a little twist, like totally killer. Oh, okay. So like there was a killer, but there's like another killer. Okay. Did you watch that reaction I did? I'm so self-indulged. I'm like, did you watch my videos, Leo? Leo, did you watch? Totally Killer was fine. I don't think I'll ever watch that movie again though. Gosh, I'm looking at all that. This room was so clean, but now that the Halloween decorations are going to start to come down, I'm like, where do they go? And then Twister game, anyone? Let's play a game. I'm looking at these piles of things I haven't opened, and it's such a mess now. Oh, what a bummer. I did get some packages today. I'm so excited. I want to look at them, but I'm not going to. Shut up, James. My nose is getting congested. I saw Thanksgiving Thursday. Prima Donna Ghoul. I saw Thanksgiving Thursday and I enjoyed it for the most part. Nice, fun slasher. Excuse me, with decent gore. Oh my gosh, I'm watching Totally Killer now for the first time. Oh, enjoy Totally Killer. I liked Totally Killer. I did not love Totally Killer. The first 15 minutes, incredible. Gagged. The middle hour, it kind of dragged. Like it was trying to be like mostly an 80s, like 16 candles kind of thing, but then randomly a killer shows up, so I was kind of like, okay, I think there's too much 16 candles and not enough slasherness, and then the ending kind of gets fun, but then it just kind of, it's a little bit formulaic by the end of the movie, but there are definitely good moments. And the chase sequences, when the killer shows up in Totally Killer, it was great. It's an hour and 45-minute movie with like 3 chase sequences in the whole damn thing. Oh, I love New Nightmare. When did I watch that? I watched that a couple weeks ago. When I was sick. I was sick and dying. And I was like, you know what? We're watching Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And then a couple of nights ago, I actually put on the audio commentary. I love audio commentaries and I love Wes Craven, but because he was such a gentle man, he was so soft-spoken, his commentary is kind of very like matter-of-fact and monotone, so I can only watch for so long. Totally Killer was totally all right, and that's on period, Leo. Agree on Totally Killer. I think I watched the beginning a few times. I needed some more chase scenes. Yeah, sound, just sounds, grunts, James grunts. That was it. It's Wonderful Life is a lesbian rom-com. Well, sign me up, bitch. I guess I'll watch it. I saw Alonda did New Nightmare reaction. Yes. I love Alonda Parker. Let's talk about our favorite reactors. I love Alonda Parker, but I watched, when I saw that she had watched it, she skipped watching Freddy's Dead, which I still have to watch 5 and Freddy's Dead on this channel. I was like so excited. Watched it, loved it. She she was giving. She's always giving. She ate it up. Loved it. Loved her reaction. I know I'm off topic, but has anyone seen the new Heather Graham Barbara crime? Oh, you know what? I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it yet. It's funny, when you said Heather Graham, I thought of the new holiday movie that she's in with Brandy. And although I love Brandy, and I will contribute to absolutely anything that Brandy Norwood does. Album, I got to listen to it. Movie, I'm going to watch it. She could write some poetry. I'll check it out. Whatever. We got like almost halfway through the movie last night, and I looked over at Moses and I was like, why am I still watching this? And he's like, I don't know. Because the movie was terrible. It's a new holiday movie on Netflix with Heather Graham and Brandy. And although they both look amazing, and Jason, what's his name? The American Pie actor. He's in it. He's doing great. Everyone's doing a fine job. It's just like a really bad. It's like a Hallmark movie, if not worse than a Hallmark movie, but it's on Netflix. Don't check it out. I mean, but support Brandy, so maybe check it out. But I haven't seen Suitable Flesh. Sorry. I loved it. I haven't seen the film so long, and I joined Alana's reaction. Yes, for New Nightmare. Alonda's reaction is perfection, to be honest. She's just in love with Heather. Yes, I didn't realize how much she loved Heather. I love that she just kept, like, every time she popped up on screen, she was just like immaculate, perfect, beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, she's not wrong. I love how much Alonda loves Heather. I wonder if she's ever gone to like a convention, or if she would, because Heather is incredibly lovely, in real life. We got you, girl. We know. Brandy as in Cinderella. Yes, as in Cinderella, Brandy. Brandy as in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. As in, Julie, what did I say? That Brandy. New Nightmare is... That's why if I own multiple copies of a movie, especially if I own it on VHS and another format, that means it is like a top movie, and I have that one. I've spared no expense. Some VHS tapes, I will wait until I can find it cheaper. With that one, I think it was like $20 for the VHS. I was like, yes. So I've done VHS, I've done DVD, and then I technically have the like Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray set. I'm waiting for there to be like a 4K release or a box set. Like, why are we sleeping on that franchise? I don't understand. Yes, Heather was perfection. Perfection interrupted. She just keeps getting prettier and prettier. She is beautiful. The first thing that I said when I was putting on this movie was she looks amazing. She actually looks better now than she ever has before. We need more Brandy in horror flicks. When someone said they were making a new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie, I was so excited because I was like, bring back Brandy. And then supposedly they're going to ignore I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't want it. We don't want Julie James. I'm sorry. Or if we do, we need her with Brandy. This is my ideal I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. The opening kill is Julie James. Then we follow Brandy and her new family as she gets stalked. That is the movie I want. And if you don't give it to me, ugh. If Wes kept going, Heather would be like a goddess. Well, I'm sure he was done. I'm sure he was like, let's, because he made they called it the definitive nightmare, right? In the movie. And he did that. He made the definitive nightmare movie. And no one saw it. I don't understand why. Maybe it came out. He was always ahead of his game. He was always ahead of the time. People Under the Stairs, ahead of its time. New Nightmare, ahead of its time. Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, ahead of their times. Scream came out the perfect time. Like perfect timing with Scream. Everything else he's ever done, he's always been the first one to do it and no one catches on. No, we need Brandy. That's what I'm saying. Give me Brandy. Give me Brandy. I do love Jennifer Love Hewitt. I do love her, but she's another Sydney syndrome, where if you actually look at her as a character, like as a person, she's incredibly boring. You know, in the movies, like her character is a boring, melancholy, Debbie Downer person. She'd be the friend that you'd cut off after high school. Brandy being the lead to be iconic. That's what I want. That's all I want. All I want is Brandy to be the lead. Heather is a goddess in the comics. I don't read comics, but I believe you. I bet she is. Heather did a great interview with Michael Rosenbaum on his podcast. It's a great watch and listen on YouTube. Do I follow Michael Rosenbaum? I will. I saw her at a convention and she had like a Q&A, and it was interesting because they actually asked a lot of questions. I'm sure she appreciated it. I appreciated it as a fan that had nothing to do with the Nightmare on Elm Street, because I feel like the fans already know everything. Like if I go to a Halloween convention per se, I know all of the behind the scenes information already. So I want you to ask questions that are going to give me stuff I don't already know. Oh, I should go to YouTube, you said, right? Michael Rosenbaum. Isn't he an actor? Oh my God, one of the first, Nancy from A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's an hour and 24 minutes. Let me click on it so it's under my previously whatever. Okay, I'll watch it. Yeah, New Nightmare is becoming a cult classic. It already is a cult classic. It's not becoming one, it is one. No relation, she's like the gatekeeper for dreams. That is awesome. Leo, give me the backstory, please. DM me all the stuff I need to know. I'm not going to read the comics, but tell me. Remember when New Nightmare came out and I thought it was #1 in the box office, but this was, I mean, it could have been #1 when it first came out, but I mean, back then, a #1 movie, $9 million, you know, like I think the movie made like $15 million, maybe 20 at the absolute most, which was one of the lower, you know, making movies, which is crazy to me, but I kind of get it because the movie is more of like a psychological thriller, which is why I love it so freaking much. It is a meta psychological thriller for over an hour. Then it's a Freddy movie for the last, 30 minutes. And the trailer did a great job of depicting that. It is a slow build, like you're following, like I'm an actor and I was in the Freddy movies, and I think there's like a Freddy stalker and I don't know what's going on and then and then the last couple seconds of the trailer is like full on chaos. And for some reason, maybe I think I blame Freddy's Dead. I think that people they were done. And even though the franchise came back in the best possible way, it didn't matter. The previous sequel always determines, in my opinion, how the next movie's going to go. So like Scream 3 did great because the first two movies were amazing, but people didn't like Scream 3 when it first came out. When 4 came out, nobody went to go see it. Again, Wes Craven ahead of his time. Scream 5 came out because it had been so long. People learned to love Scream 4. They're like, oh, this movie is a gem. They all went out for Scream 5. Scream 5 did really well. And honestly, I didn't like Scream 5, but most people did. So Scream 6 did amazing. Now I'm hoping Scream 7 comes out and does even more amazing. But like when it comes to the Halloween movies, Halloween, people went to go see Halloween 5 because Halloween 4 was so great. But then they didn't like 5. I did, but they didn't. So then 6 came out. And even though I liked 6, they were like, we're done with this one. Like the previous movie kind of depicted where the next one was going to go, especially with the new trilogy. The 2018 movie did really well. So everyone went to go see Kills. And the people were like, this was weird. Kills, this was kind of not what I ever thought it was going to be. And so whether Ends was good or not, people weren't going to go see it because of how the previous movie did, in my opinion. I'm excited to see Heather in The Life of Chuck. What is that? That sounds familiar. Stephen King horror series. Oh, she's in it. I'd love to do a live discussing Nightmare franchise or even watching it live. You know what? We should do that. Once I have to still do a reaction to The Dream Child, and I have to do a reaction to Freddy's Dead. And once I do, I haven't done them because Moses said he wanted to watch The Dream Child with me, but then it's been almost 2 years of him not watching it with me. So I'm going to have to just do it on my own, I guess. I'm going to ask him one more time. You nailed it with the Scream popularity fluctuations. Yeah, such a great observation. Oh, thank you. Loved Scream 4, but didn't do well when it came out ahead of its time. I didn't like Scream 4 when it came out either. I thought it was too jokey, too punchliney. Talking. Oh, actually, Yutaka on the Horror Hour last night, I think, was talking about that line that still does make me cringe. And I'm not like a it's homophobic. I'm not that. But when the character, I forgot his name, says I'm gay if it helps, I was like, this is your moment of death. These are your last moments of life. And you're choosing it to make a joke. Same with Anthony Anderson's character. Like, you have been stabbed in the head. I've learned to just kind of like, this one's more of a throwaway for me now. He gets stabbed in the head and then walks out, does this a couple times and goes, fuck Bruce Willis, and then falls to the ground. I watched those scenes and thought, this is such trash. Now, I love Scream 4. Now, I think the movie is, again, ahead of its time, very clever, very meta. The best killer reveal of the franchise, to be honest, even though I don't think Emma Roberts does an amazing job. She does a good job. But the reveal itself is iconic and has not been beat. But it took people a while, for the most part, to be like, oh, okay, this is a thing. She's basically she's more important than Freddy. I've never seen. I've seen like episodes of Charmed, but I wasn't watching Charmed. Stronger than him. Oh, Dream Master. Oh, okay. This might be unpopular opinion. I don't know. My favorite role by Neve Campbell is Bonnie in The Craft. I love her and Rochelle. That's not an unpopular. Prima Donna, I believe most people also, another role that I think Neve Campbell is iconic in, which she's actually iconic in every single role she's ever done. But we don't talk about Wild Things enough. I don't know the character's name in Wild Things, but I remember she's so freaking cool. She plays that like repressed but badass character so well in everything, especially Wild Things. In Scream 4, I don't know, girl. I've been yapping. I don't know what I'm talking about. Totally get what you're saying with Anthony Anderson. I was actually confused. Like, wait, yeah, like I'm dying, but let me make a joke. They should have been like, I was gay all along. I've heard people say, because I've seen this, I've heard people say that he is actually gay because when we are first introduced to him, he's talking to like a guy next to like a tree, but it doesn't seem gay. I watched the scene after someone said that and was like, no, it just looks like he's talking about movies. And then he goes, okay, be right back. If they wanted to make him gay, they could have made it more of an apparent thing. Also, why did everybody not get more screen time in Scream 4? I will say Scream 4 was filled with amazing cameos, but they all kind of fall short. Especially, in my opinion, the woman who plays Emma Roberts' mother, Maureen's sister, right? The one who they're like, oh, she must have so many scars. And she's like, nobody talks about my scars. She's an amazing actress. Why did you give her such a small role? Although I think it probably was written to be bigger. If this was written originally by Kevin Williamson, I'm assuming all of these roles were bigger. And then when they had the other guy come in and rewrite it, which why do they always fucking do that? He did it to Scream 3 as well. He butchered and destroyed the original version of Scream 3. This like Eckhart, what's his name? Whoever he is. He did it to Scream 3. He kind of did it to Scream 4. He came in and rewrote a bunch of Scream 4 stuff. He chops the character development out. You're stupid. Stop giving this man. Well, that was the Weinsteins, so they have been stopped. No, because Emma Roberts was my favorite in Scream. She's not a good actress in my opinion. I don't think Emma Roberts is a good actress, but she did a good job in that. And again, the reveal was great. Wild Things, crazy. The ending, yes, right? That's what I'm talking about. That ending is amazing. Like a twist on a twist on a twist on a twist, and naked Kevin's bacon. Thank you. Jill is one of my favorite ghost faces. Yeah, she was bonkers. Again, ahead of its time. The motive was perfect. Like, we're not gonna lie about it. Oh crap, this interview is playing in the background. Period. Yes, Creed, I forget the actress's name, but she was on The Closer and Major Crimes. The Closer, sorry. Yes. Wasn't she? Is that the one I was talking about? I said she's a great actress. Why wasn't she used more? She's the first lady in Independence Day. She's the mom in Donnie Darko. Hello. They need to make a movie with Heather, Nev, Sarah, and other Lee. That would be great. Whenever they decide to bring Final Girls together in a movie, it's always in like a fan film, which is fine. I love that they get their moment, but no one sees it. Or it's a good idea that's not executed properly. And these are icons that have made studios millions of dollars, and they deserve more. Love Emma Roberts in Scream Queens. That was when she peaked. She played that character actually perfectly. She can play a campy bitch like no one else. They tried doing that with her, I think, in American Horror Story, and then it went too far, and I just don't enjoy that now. But I don't need friends. I need fans. We are literally in a world of likes and shares and comments. I'm live with you all right now, interacting and looking at my likes and looking at my whatever. Like, that's the world we live in. And that movie came out in 2011. So again, but that's Kevin Williams', oh my God, whatever. His writing and Wes Craven's directing. Perfection. Again, that other writer came in and screwed things up kind of. But yeah, the one who played Jill's mom. Yes, she was, the Donnie Darko mom. I'm glad I could make you live. I usually end up missing them. No, I'm glad you're here too. I'm very sporadic. I apologize, prima donna. I'm very, should I call you prima donna or ghoul? Or prima donna ghoul. I will call you by your government if you'd like. But yeah, this is like a very busy time of year. And so sometimes I'm like, I'm just tired and whatever. Hi, James. Sorry, I was getting some wine at my local pharmacy. You're watching. Oh, no. I'm going to have to go blow my nose in a second. You're watching while you're out. They sell alcohol at the pharmacy? Oh, aren't you in California? West Coast, man. No time to be alive. We don't do that here. We don't have alcohol at the pharmacy. Okay, I think 2 of you told me what you're drinking. The others have not. Everyone has to tell me what they're drinking while I go blow my nose. That's disgusting. I am gross. Oh no, there's no like tissues up here. Bam. We back. I'm not drinking anything right now, but I had orange juice earlier, if that counts. Prima donna, it does. That does count. I will accept that answer. Yes, wine at the pharmacy. I need to prepare for my fiance's family. Oh, when did they come over? I forgot that like this is Thanksgiving week, right? We had 2 nights ago. Moses' sister had like a pre-Thanksgiving, which I think we should do more pre-Thanksgivings. Whole Thanksgiving dinner, like our dinner tonight will be leftovers from that. A week before Thanksgiving. That way, when Thanksgiving comes, there's no stress. I mean, we still have to go to my sister's. Moses has a friend coming over to like cook in the morning. I think he's still going to go to his sister's. Like we still have stuff to do, but like the pressure is a little lower because we technically already had what we call like that was our Thanksgiving. Drinking water, super exciting. Pew, 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 pew. You gotta stay hydrated. Drink Mighty Swell spiked seltzer, grapefruit flavor. Mighty Swell? I haven't heard of that. It's a slow burn. You don't feel a thing. Then I can't feel my knees. Oh, I want that in my life. Okay, so it's called Mighty Smell. Mighty Smell. Mighty Swell, is that the brand? We lost him. The fly got him. No, the fly. Oh my gosh. I forgot that happened. No, you know where he was hiding? He was up there. And then I swear I thought that I killed him. He was hiding up there. Found him in the window. If you were here like 2 weeks ago when I had my live, it was a live watch along party. We watched The Ring together. And then literally there's a fly in the ring and a gigantic fly attacked me like 10 times during the video. Days later, I was in here and he was like buzzing around. I found him, thought that I killed him, and then a couple days after that was in here editing and heard like zzz, so I mean he might still be alive. They only last for like 24 hours though, right? White people's on Thanksgiving. Oh God, Caucasians, man. I'm sorry. I need more. They're like they need to let loose and dance. Yeah, no, I spend because I'm the Caucasian in the equation. I have the most fun with his family because like we talk about like, the old memories and this and that. We'll play some games. The food is amazing. We'll have some drinks. Like it is a blast. When I go to my sister's house, I love my sister to death, but we usually eat a bunch of food, get tired, and then do nothing. So I'm trying to think of what to do this year to make that not be a thing. But yeah, we're boring. We're boring. I really want to get into wine, but I noticed that it tends to give me heartburn. I do a blush rosé wine, though. It took me a long time. I mean, I'm in my late 30s now, but it took me a long time back in like my mid 20s to start with like a low dose wine, we'll say, like a Riesling, very light, very sweet. And then like a couple of years later, moved up to Moscato. Then Moscato moved up to Pinot Grigio and then started doing reds, but I was like, no, I don't like reds. So now my go-to is a Pinot Grigio, but I also realized it makes me very bloated and I want to be a skinny legend. So I only have it occasionally. I only drink occasionally. Like, let's not get crazy, but wine especially though, like I used to have my gosh, my dad used to do this, so I would do this. It's subconscious, I guess. I would get home and have like 3 or 4 glasses of wine. Not rapid fire, but like over the course of the night, right? My dad always used to do that too. He would work his ass off all day, 10 hours of manual labor. He'd come home and he'd put on like a Western. I love my dad. I should call him. And he would be watching his Western, and he'd have his little bowl of candies, and he'd have a couple chocolates, and he'd have like 3 or 4 glasses of wine. And he just wanted to sit and watch his movie and relax and talk to me. That's all he ever wanted to do. And so whenever I would come home, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm tired. Give me my glasses of wine and my couple snacks. And I want to watch a movie or play a game or whatever. And it got to the point where I was getting bloated every night. I lost like 15, 20 pounds last year when I got COVID. And it was partially because COVID, but also because I didn't drink for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. And I was like, wow, imagine that. That's why I was freaking a big fat person. Yes, like drink all you want, but don't be shy and dance. Oh, you really want to dance. I don't dance. That's not going to happen. No, that's a lie. I don't dance until I've had many, many drinks. With very select few people, I will dance. I think the last time I actually danced was, I don't know. I went to, actually when I was in Hollywood, when I went to Hollywood, one of my coworkers lives out there. Like he works for the company that I work for. And whenever we go to like our work events, there's like 3 of us that kind of collectively, we always go early and stay late because like those are my boys. And he was like, well, the event, the conference is 15 minutes from my apartment. Just come stay with me. So we did. We played video games. We went out. We had drinks. We had dinner. Went to all the fast food places he said I should go to. Raising Cane's is the best. And what's the name of the place? Some place in like West Hollywood. There's like some gay reality show that's always there. We went to some club. I think that's the last time that I danced. And I don't know why I'm telling the story. I went to this club with a bunch of people. A bunch of us went. And it was a gay club. Best Friends of Hollywood or something was the gay show that I heard was terrible. And we tried watching it. It was bad. But we were there's like 2 sides of this bar, I guess. And we went to one side and it was very like, like that music. And that's not my vibe at all. And there's like gays dancing and the bar area is empty. So I actually sat in the bar area. The dance floor is pum, pum, pum. And they kept coming over and be like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, I really don't want to. Like, I'm tired. We went out last night. I just want to chill. And after like a good 45 minutes, they came over to like, well, we'll go to the other side. I was like, what's the other side? We go over to the other side. It's like the R&B side. So they have like Mary J and Rihanna and Beyonce and Missy Elliott's playing. And suddenly I'm a dance fiend. I guess I need lyrics. I need lyrics to be able to dance to something. And so the rest of the night was amazing. So that's my story I told for no reason. Rosé is usually light wine, though. Yes, rosé is very light, so that's good. That's good. I made it. Melissa made it. Yes. So Melissa, fight Leo. Go. Let me see. For us alcoholics, anyway. Yeah, for us alcoholics, that is pretty light. We love a gay with no daddy issues. Some period. Only drink occasionally as well. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm sorry. Speaking of gays, and that show I just mentioned. When we were there, my friend is like an icon. He's like an underrated icon. We're there and he bumps into some guy and the guy goes, wait. He goes, Carlo. He goes, da-da-da, and they're talking. And I stop because for some reason I have like a motherly instinct of like, I need to protect everyone I'm around. And I was like, why this guy just put his hands on my friend? So talking. And he's like, okay. He's like, I gotta go. And so Carlo comes back with me. I was like, who's that? And he was like, I'll tell you later. He tells me later, he's like, you know that show, like Best Friends of West Hollywood, or whatever the hell it is? I was like, yeah. Oh, the Ivy, is that where we were? The Ivy? I don't know. He's like, you know that show? I'm like, I've heard of it. He's like, well, he's on the show. I'm like, oh, I'm like, is he like extra? Is he like with someone? Is he a lead? He's like, well, he's just on the show. I come home and Moses and I try to watch the show and he's in the intro. He's one of the main guys on the show. I'm like, Carlo, a lead in a reality show stopped you to talk to you and you shooed him away. And he's like, yeah, I was busy. I was like, I love him. Only drink occasionally as well. I'm not really supposed to because of medication. Yes, be careful. Blah, blah, blah. Have a drink once in a while. That's fine. That's perfect. That's fantastic. Dance at work and make it a show usually. I don't. I sing at work a lot. For some reason, everything that I do at work turns into a song for some reason, but I'm not a singer. I can't sing. Or review movies. I'm sorry I'm catching up on these late because it probably has to do with something I just said. Time to bring it. Fight. I can use your poll since I haven't seen Blood Rage. I can't use, oh, well, still vote. That's fine. Blood Rage is on par with, I don't know what's on par with, y'all, that we've seen collectively. Oh, Dolly Dearest. Swim back to you. I would say it's on par with the camp of like Dolly Dearest. And I had the how much fun I had watching it and how much fun I had editing the reaction is also on par with Dolly Dearest. There are some like I might watch a movie and love the movie for you all, but after rewatching it 50 times while editing, it kind of taints or it changes the way I look at that movie. For some reason with Dolly Dearest, I loved watching it. I loved editing that reaction. I can, if I were to like go to my Dolly Dearest reaction right now and watch it myself, I probably would still chuckle. That's how I feel about Blood Rage 2. For some reason, I was in a great mood while about filming it. I loved editing it. I actually even messaged Blockbusted and was like, that's Tyler. And it was like, listen, I'm like, I don't want to be like whatever, but I think this new reaction is actually really funny because I was having a blast editing and rewatching it. So I'll say it's this, if you liked my Dolly Dearest reaction, then you should like the Blood Rage. And movie wise, I think it's similar. They're both very campy. Or you need the gay icons, Jamesy. Richard G's making spaghetti. Favorite Night of the Demons. Ooh, I loved watching Night of the Demons too. No, I'm sorry. I loved watching Night of the Demons also. I actually did not really enjoy Night of the Demons 2 as much as I was hoping. To the point where I was going to watch Night of the Demons 3 and the remake next year. And I think I might still, but if I do, I'm going to do them as a double feature, meaning do them both in 1 week and get out of the way. Or we'll do a live watch party. Because the second one didn't hit, you know, like the way I wanted it to. I've got to watch Blood Rage. I have never heard of it before. This live stream. Molly, welcome to the live stream, number 1. Number 2, the movie is ridiculous 80s camp. So have fun with that. It's very like family drama. The family drama is at the heart of that movie. It had no right to go as deep as it did sometimes. That mom is ridiculous. And then you can watch my reaction and you know, hopefully we share something. Prima Donna, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh shit, this is empty. You know what? Whenever Yutaka goes live on the horror hour, he always seems to have a refill with him. Why don't I have a refill with me? Melissa, what is this Saltburn I keep hearing about? It's got that hot guy from Euphoria, and it's got that other guy who's a real great actor who played, wasn't he in like, what was that? The Eternals or something? He was in that Marvel movie, and he was also, he played the Joker for like 5 seconds in the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. But I don't know what it's about. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. Love a campy horror movie. Me too. I think the campy 80s horror movies, 80s and 90s movies are the ones I have the most fun with on the channel. But it stinks because those aren't always the ones that get the most attention. So like when I did Night of the Demons 2, people who've seen Night of the Demons 2 were like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you watched this. But it's like one of my least successful videos because most people haven't watched Night of the Demons 2. It's like a psychological thriller. Oh, okay. Well, because I remember seeing the director say something like, you're going to be aroused in the most uncomfortable way. And I'm like, what the, like, excuse me? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, sign me up, but damn. James, reactions to Valentine's Day, my Bloody Valentine are my go-to. I watch them during flights. I took it earlier this year and I just watched them over and over. Oh my gosh, thank you. You know what? Those were also really fun. Well, Valentine, when I watched that, I had watched it when I was younger and I hadn't seen it since then. And so watching that was like a nostalgic, 90% of it was brand new to me. I was like, I don't remember any of this. And then 10% I was like, oh, I remember this kind of. My Bloody Valentine, I was so pleasantly surprised by that movie. Did I tell you all I finally got the Steelbook for not super expensive? I was on eBay and I had the VHS tape. Thank you to my friend Scott. I don't think he's on here. One Scott's on here. The other Scott is not. He got me the VHS tape. And then I got the Blu-ray from Shout Factory, but I saw a Steelbook and I was like, I can't just like go and get like 17 copies of this movie right now. But I was on eBay and there was someone selling, stupidly, thank God, the Steelbook of My Bloody Valentine and Evil Dead on DVD, Army of Darkness on DVD, Texas Chainsaw DVD, Texas Chainsaw 2 DVD, and the Evil Dead remake on DVD. I think something else. I think one of these other ones too. And that Steelbook, $15. Guys. Oh, I also got the Hellraiser set. I haven't shown off my collection in a long time. I got that awesome set with all the Hellraiser movies, but the creme de la whatever is LM. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at it. Oh, you know, I think I did, when I did my CT Horror Fest video, I think I did actually show this off because I got it at, no. Did I just lie to you all? So what the hell? I did just lie to you all, but now I'm confused. I got this at CT Horror Fest. What is the thing that I got? So what did I get for, I remember getting the whole collection for $15. Oh, it's gonna freaking bum me out now. No one cares but me, but it's gonna annoy me. Relic, da-da-da, prom night, something, something, blah, 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 who'sy, whatsy. We may never know. We may never know. Graduation day, I got CT Horror Fest. What did I get? I remember I thought it was a Steelbook, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're selling this Steelbook. Y'all, I'm so confusion. Oh my God, Slumber Party Massacre. Thank you. It was Slumber Party Massacre. This Steelbook with all those other DVDs I said, $15. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. There was something. Because I had just watched this and immediately was like, I want this movie. I want this movie in my life. Okay, sorry. She's cute. Sorry, I had an altercation with a douche trying to make trans people, my trans person feel intimidated. Fight them. Fight them. Have you seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space? I freaking love that movie. No, and I've been told I have to watch that. There's a game coming out. They're actually having a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. And I've seen some clips from the movie, but I have to actually sit and watch the whole thing. Valentine, shake my head. The drink is getting to me. Valentine's Day was the rom-com. I knew what you were saying. The Marshall, what's his name? Something Marshall directed that Valentine's Day movie, but I knew you meant Valentine. FOI, she loves your stream. Who? The trans person that you just defended loves my stream? Is that what you're saying? What do you mean? I love her. Thank you. Did you have to fight that person? Leo, did you fight someone? I've watched the Valentine reaction a few times. Thank you. Leo loves the collection. I love my collection too. I really need to sit and like look at it again though, because I started just getting stuff for a while. I was so happy I was buying these things that I wanted all my life, or even just in the past year was like, I just need to have this. But I'm even like forgetting what I have now. Your My Bloody Valentine remake reaction was so entertaining. Besides Tom Atkins, yum. I love watching your critique. Oh, I hated that movie. Yeah, Tom Atkins was amazing because he always is amazing, but I really friggin' hated that movie. I'm glad. As I was editing, I was like, guys, I'm like, when I say guys, I mean mainly Blockbusted videos. I was like, it's just me ripping on the movie. Like, who wants to watch that? And it still got a good reaction, so I'm glad people watched. I'm not sure what the wow is about, but wow, indeed. The novelization of My Bloody Valentine, I think last year and coming this year is Lee. Lee, I'm sorry. Do you mean this novelization? This novelization that I got signed by, she used a really bad pen, by two of the actors, Rob Stein and, I forgot her name because it's smudged. But this is, I don't know why I'm thinking like Cynthia or Celia. The characters that go into the mine and she gets picked up and put on the shower, and then her boyfriend finds her after. Her and the boyfriend, they were at an event in Hollywood. I guess this stream is all about my trip to Hollywood earlier this year. But they were at an event, and even though I was going for work, I was with my friends, my coworker friends. I was like, there's one day I need y'all to just drop me off. I have this thing I have to do. And it was a book signing that they attended, and I got their signatures plus Armando, is it Munoz? Armando Munoz is the author. He signed the inside. I didn't get very far in the book. What I read so far I liked, but it's so hard for me to sit and actually like read something because my ADHD. But he is doing Silent Night, Deadly Night as well. I'm sorry, I'm so behind. Catch up. Just weird seeing anti-trans peeps on your stream. Wait, anti-trans on my stream? Who in here was anti-trans? I heard they're rebooting People Under the Stairs. Need to check out Summer Party Massacre 2. I've heard that I need to watch that one. She feels shy reaching out to you, but I told her you're so sweet. I'm actually trash. I'm garbage. But I have the book. Thank you, Prima Donna, as my reaction to X. I would like to know, was someone in this stream anti-trans? Because we're not that here. So you can check your freaking self at the door. I don't want to wait. This is how much I read. I keep my books on the top shelf where I can't get to them because I don't read. On my way back from that trip, like on the plane ride back, that's as far as I got, was a couple chapters in. I'm from Jersey to Oh, Melissa, I forgot that you're in Jersey. You're both in Jersey. Are either of you going to go to, I don't know if you do horror conventions, are either of you going to go to the Monster Mania convention that they do in Jersey? I think it's like Cherry Hill. They do it because I will be there. Last year I went for one day. It's like a 3-day event. This year I intend to go for all of the days. I'm trying to get Blockbusted videos to come up as well. I want to go for all 3 days. because last year the one day was good, but I only got to see like I think 4 or 5 people out of like the 17 people they had there. And Rose McGowan was there last year, but her line was a day-long line, so you had to dedicate one entire day to her. So I can't, I can't do that again. I'm planning on it, and I remember you recommended all 3 days. Yes, go all 3 days. It's Cherry Hill. I want to go up to Hens on Money. Listen, I think to get in, how much was it to get in? And to get in, I don't think is that much. You spend all the money with your autographs and stuff. But even if like just being there is so freaking cool. Again, I'm trying to get Blockbusted videos to go. I don't know if you all follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, I usually post my movie collection more than like YouTube is for the reactions. Instagram is for the collection. Reaper, so Reaper of the movies, Reaper of the films. On Instagram, he posts amazing movie stacks and stuff. He always has awesome masks. He's going to that. So I've already talked about him about like meeting up at that event as well. Say, Melissa, let's see what happens. Y'all got to go. Are you going to the one in March? Yes. Hoping to get I was going to go to the one in November. I went to a bunch of conventions this year. Earlier this year, I did the book signing, and then I went to Vegas for a convention. I did the March Cherry Hill for one day. I did CT Horror Fest. I did a punk rock flea market. I did to me, that's a lot because in previous years, I've done nothing. So a lot of money was spent on those things. And I also Blockbusted Videos and I went to Utah for a thing called Onset Cinema, which is not a horror convention, but I'm going to count it as a horror convention. We flew across the country to go watch screenings of movies at the locations that they were filmed. And that was a big undertaking. Amazing experience, though. After that, I said, I'm done. I have to stop for the rest of the year. So my next thing is going to be Monster Mania because like money, been to Monster Mania, but it's a while back. Monster Mania is the biggest one I've ever been to. Like when I went to the one in Vegas, not as big as this. CT Horror Fest is gigantic. Still not as big as Monster Mania. Monster Mania was huge. So that I'm going to go for all 3 days. I'll just stay it's like at like the Doubletree Hotel or something. I'll just stay at the hotel. Excuse me. Okay. I love that we were talking about like Blood Rage and Thanksgiving and turn into Scream 4 and Slumber Party Massacre. I still want to know who was anti-trans in my chat because they have to like apologize and or fuck off because that's not gonna happen on my watch. Let me see. Never saw it. I think it's about a killer turkey. So I guess that's my movie reaction next year, period, with you. We'll see if Blockbusted Videos wants to watch Thanksgiving next year. Finally got a response. He hasn't seen it either. And if he hasn't seen it, no one has seen it. That would be a good live watch party. Because again, most people probably haven't seen Thanksgiving. So we've been going for almost 2 hours. This has been a lot of fun. I wish I had more of this. I also wish, what's Utaka doing right now? I don't ever, you all follow the Horror Hour, right? I'm assuming. Let me see. My favorite lives to watch now are the Horror Hour, and it's usually Utaka doing. Oh my gosh, they played Among Us the other night. Another one, she's great is, was it Jay Meets World? I want to say is her account, and she's great too. Actually, when I jumped on, she was like, "Oh, shut up, James is here," and she was like, "James, next time we play, you should play." And I was like, "Excuse me." Also, do you all remember when I forgot which movie reaction it was, but in the movie reaction, I think it was Melissa or Yaz or both of you had said that one of you had brought up my name to Nick Says Boo in a live, and he didn't know who I was. And I actually found that moment. I watched the whole live and I found it and I like recorded it and I put it in the movie reaction. So I was like, this is so great. Not only did they not know who I was, but he was with David and he said, do you know who this is? And he was like, absolutely not. And he's like, is he a gay? It was so amazing. And then I have since then like put it like, chatted and like, in reactions and things like that. We've talked a couple times like on Instagram and whatever. He's actually working on a project right now that I'm hopefully gonna be a part of. That opened a lot of doors for me to be able to like just talk to more of the reactors and stuff, especially Nick Utaka from the Horror Hour, a little bit of the horror bandwagon. Oh my gosh, Jay Meets World, love her reactions. So thank you, number one. But they had a live when they did Among Us. It's so funny that I was kind of caught off guard, and I'm just like a big mushy kind of person. It was Melissa. I don't know. Maybe I was all in my feelings or something. But when I chimed in and Jay Meets World was like, oh, next time we play, you should play. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Like what? Nick was like, oh my gosh, it's Shut Up James. I love his channel. I've loved Shut Up James, which is the opposite of how it was, months ago. Because I'm like, who am I, right? I'm this like late 30s human being who watches movies. And then David was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I watched your Elvira reaction. I loved it. And I was like, they know, you know who I am. You know that I exist. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I've always been not the cool kid. So it was very refreshing. I was very excited. Jumped on the live and backed up Melissa. Yes, that's why I thought it was both of you, because I remember both of your names popping up in that live. Thought David, yeah, is he homosexual? Yeah. So Jersey loves James. Oh, Jersey loves James. We like to name drop you. Thank you very much. Horror Hour 2 loves it. Yeah, it's funny. I got into Nick's reactions. I knew of David. But I hadn't really watched most of his reactions. I actually got into watching Nick's reactions, and he was just becoming like closer friends with David. So I ended up going back and watching David's afterwards. David's, I don't know if I should call him David or David. I've never spoken to him directly, so I'll say David for now. David. And I'm cackling at all the reactions. Now, when I'm doing my own reactions, like it takes so much time. Nick said this in one of his lives, and I was so happy. It takes like 20 hours up to sometimes to edit one reaction video. So we have jobs. We have full-time jobs. I'm a full-time retail manager in the busiest time of the year. So I spent my entire day off today, besides helping Moses, give Tyler a haircut and trying to fix the Ninja Creamy that wasn't working. And some guys showed up at the door talking about solar panels, and then trying to like clean downstairs and edit. Spent the whole day editing. It takes a long time to do that. So I don't get to watch other reactions as much. And so I'm glad I kind of got back into it, and I'm watching David. I'll watch more of Nick's. Nick does a lot of TV shows now that I'm not caught up on. So once he gets back into movies and stuff, I can check those out. Yeah, when he was like, oh, I watched that reaction that you and your friend did, and I loved it. And I was like, shut the hell up. I was like, shut your mouth. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. Melissa, well, I love you. Well, we all love you too. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's it. That's me gushing about myself, I guess, right? I keep taking, it's just watered down melted ice at this point. But yup, I don't know. How is everyone? I'm not going to do like a Utaka where I talk for what he does, like a 4-hour live. If I had more of this, I might, but that's he, and probably my downfall would be having replenishment of alcohol right next to us. I didn't do a thumbs up. Thank you. I was going to say it took long enough. Why did I think you were a teacher? I don't know. I don't like kids. I don't like them. No, I'm a, ow. Oof, you hear that? Retail store manager. Skincare and body care and things like that. And it's cute, but we're always understaffed. It's the busiest time of the year. I have one person who's like, I'm not working Black Friday. And I'm like, why do you have to make my freaking life difficult? Why, like, just, ugh. And then they were like, I could just give you my key. That's a problem. And I messaged my boss, like my district boss. And I was like, can I just tell her yes? Like, can I just tell her, yes, give me your key? And he never responded. So I was like, I guess that's not going to say anything, whatever. Love all your reactions. They always put a smile on my face, even on crappy days. Thank you. Good. That's the point. That's supposed to be the point. I love watching movies. I just never get to, my boyfriend doesn't. He does, but not like old ones. I love watching 80s, 90s, campy, dumb horror movies. Almost like the worse it is, the more I'm probably going to love it. And that's not his vibe at all. So, again, I have no friends nearby. So getting to watch with the reactions and then talk about it with you all live is like the equivalent of me having like a friend sit and watch the movie with me. So I really appreciate you all for that. Lee agreed. Thus, Mondays are the perfect day. Mondays are the perfect day. And I'm going to try to do, well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I looked up at the video camera, but y'all are down here. We'll see how it goes if I do these more consistently, because I do love doing them, but it's, again, it's the busiest time of the year. Not working Black Friday. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I actually sent a message out a couple weeks ago to the whole team and said, don't forget, Black Friday is mandatory. Doesn't matter. Everyone's working. And a couple days ago, she's like, well, I noticed I'm on Friday, so I'm out of state that day. And I'm like, you request, and she's like, and my availability change magically disappeared. And I'm like, well, she requested her availability be that she's not available. And so I denied that because that's not how availability works. So I think she meant to request time off, but she changed her availability. So I'm like, deny, you can't be available no days. Especially when you don't ask me. I'm the fucking manager. You have to say, I wanted to take these days. It's the busiest time of the year. What can we do? And I'll probably make it work for you. But to just go and change your availability to not being available. And then weeks after I send a message to everyone talking about how it's mandatory we're working Black Friday, to be like, well, I'm not available on Fridays usually, so why would I do Black Friday? I'm not going to be here, so I guess I'll just give you my key. Give me your key, please. Sick of having to deal with you. Sorry, I'm not talking about work anymore. Jesus. Yes, totally get it. I used to work retail, and I don't miss Black Friday. Nope. Hope it goes smoothly. Thank you. Yeah, work makes me so angry sometimes. Like, go to work, do the job, go home. Go to work, do the job with a smile on your face, and then go home. She's always miserable. So quit. I was so happy when she said she wanted to hand in the key, but because my boss didn't respond, I'm like, let me not jump the gun. North Retail, I think that you would have to provide a receipt of a plane ticket to show you were out of the country. Oh, I should ask for that. I don't think they ask for that now. It's probably too, like, whatever. Everything's very like, let's be PC. Just like if you call out sick, if you say like, I'm sick, we can't ask what you're sick with. And I don't think we can ask for a doctor's note anymore. We're just like, okay, feel better. Love over the top silly horror. I don't know how people can dislike it. Like if you give me crazy, weird, campy, fun, over the top, like Slumber Party Massacre, I loved Dolly Dearest, Night of the Demons. Like they are fun and campy and silly, but they're also scary and creepy and clever and creative. If you give me just the campy and like it's just everyone's stupid and like nothing's really happening, it's not interesting, then yeah, you'll probably lose me. But we got Black Friday, it's a nightmare. Yeah. If you are shopping on Black Friday, just please be kind to everyone. if you see someone is like struggling to help you and they're trying, then just know they probably have had multiple terrible, mean customers right before you, and they are doing their damnedest. If someone treats you like crap when you're shopping, then feel free to treat them like crap because that means they're bad at their job. I really want to show off the things that I got. I might do a live that's dedicated to showing off the things that I got. Maybe next week we'll do that because at this point I got so many things. It doesn't make sense to do a whole video and edit the whole thing together. We'll just talk about my movie collection next time. My headphones died, so I had to use these while editing as well. Thank God the grocery store where I work at won't be busy Black Friday. Why won't the grocery store be busy? Oh, I guess who goes to the grocery store? I've got anxiety, so I don't do Black Friday. I don't think I would either. A couple of years ago, in my mind, I was like, I really wish I could do Black Friday, but because I've always been in retail, it's never been an option. Now I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I would love to be able, like Moses has Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. That is what I want. I want the job where I'm not working. I want like a government job, a state job, a job, or like an office job, a job where I can be nice and train people or coach people. I'm really good at like education and coaching and training. I'm really good at being like the motivator for my job and like brand management and things like that. But it's the technical aspects of, well, you know, the store opens at 6 a.m. now and we're open till 10 p.m. and you only have 3 people working and like we actually need 9 people and blah, 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 blah. And like the register's broke and then we're offline and then this doesn't work in the back and then the change is short and then we got 200 boxes of shipment. Like that technical crap and like not getting support from the company is what bogs me down. And then having that chick who's like, I'm not going to work on Black Friday. Screw off. If I didn't, wait, I mean, if they did half off groceries, yeah, why don't they do half off groceries? Because they know we need the stuff. They do half off the stuff they know we don't need. Just the stuff that we want. Stupid. And now they do Cyber Monday anyway. Like most places, like us, we are doing a sale that starts Friday, but it goes until like Thursday of next week. So right now there's a sale until Thanksgiving. And then on Black Friday, another sale starts, and that goes for a whole week afterwards because they have to compete with Cyber Monday. And now there's even like a Cyber Tuesday. We're so annoying. I have a friend from Germany who was like, he said something like, is Black Friday really that big of a deal? And I was like, whatever you've seen, like the American version of Black Friday, like in movies and stuff, it's based on truth. Like it's based on reality. Like, yeah, it actually is that crappy a lot of the time. And Blockbusted says, yes, we'll do a movie reaction next year to Thanksgiving, but can we dress up like pilgrims? Yes. I wouldn't want it any other way. That'll be we'll do a live stream next year. You heard it first. Remind me. We'll dress up like pilgrims and Blockbusted and I will watch Thanksgiving. So glad I work at the Evil Clown Liquor Store and they don't do extra holiday hours. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh my gosh. Technically, I think my mall opens at 6 a.m., but it's the one rule that I break because I'm very like, if you tell me there's a rule, black and white, that's the rule. I will follow that rule to the grave. That's how I operate. The one rule I break is the mall opens at 6 a.m. We will open at 8. I'm not a doorbuster store. We have no doorbusters going on. The traffic, the times that we did open back in the day at that time, we stand there for 2.5 hours with no customers. I'm not wasting the time of my people for those 2.5 hours when I could bump their shift and have more coverage in the middle of the day. Again, we're understaffed. Like, work smarter, not harder. New horror movie idea, Black Friday, where you find killer deals. There is so I was actually going to do a reaction this weekend to the movie Black Friday. Didn't have time, and I really wanted to do When Evil Lurks. So the movie reaction I've been working on all day has been When Evil Lurks. So maybe Black Friday I'll do next year. I've heard okay things about it. It's that movie with Bruce Campbell and Devon Sawa. It's like a horror comedy, like a zombie movie that takes place on Black Friday. Hardware store I work at has been hellish since the second weekend of November. Yeah, second weekend of November is usually when it starts. This past weekend has started being the craziest for us. Black Friday sale started then. The rude people, yeah. Regulars. I do love the regulars. When the regulars come in, I actually was at my sister's pop-up because she sells like bookish merch and used books and stuff. And some regulars walked up and were like, "Oh, you work here now too?" And I was like, and I literally ran out and hugged them. Like I wasn't thinking. I just was so happy to see them because they're such nice people. The regulars do really make it worth it. They came in a couple days ago to the store and actually like bought some stuff and whatever. Chris Jones, Street Anthony. Hey, hello. How are we? Thanksgiving is coming up soon. We're talking about Black Friday and how the deals and who cares. And I work retail, so like just be nice to whoever you're shopping with and all that kind of stuff. Daniel, love watching your reactions. Nothing better than 80s camp horror. That's on period. There is nothing better than 80s camp horror. And I want to get more into, it's a weird thing finding the niche 80s camp horror movies that I can do a reaction to that click with audiences on the channel versus the ones like, again, Night of the Demons 2, where I watch it and the movie no one watches it because so few people have seen it, Dad told me the story about how him and my mom went out to get my older sister Cabbage Patch. Not the Cabbage Patch. That's like one of those like urban legend stories that's based on truth, is back in the day of people getting stampedes and like injuries, probably deaths over the Cabbage Patch Kid. And this lady pulled my dad's hair trying to take the doll from him. Yeah, no, it's based on fact. Based on the true story is how there needs to be. I want Eli Roth to now do Black Friday as a movie and based on the true story. All you have to do is type in like Black Friday. Wait, Chris Jones. I'm sorry, I just got distracted because I know a Chris Jones. I mean, it's a common name, but are you the Chris Jones I know? But it says Street Anthony. Chris, are you married to, or do I know you in real life? I remember laughing. Laughing Elmos. We got that for my niece one time. We actually got the Laughing Elmo for my niece. And then my mom was staying over at my sister's on the couch. We actually turned it on and like ran away. And it went, ha, 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 and like did a dance whenever my mom's face. And she got so pissed off it woke her up. Dad said everyone was going feral, trying to get the dolls. Yep. Nope. It was real. That's when like doorbusters were real. It's called Black Friday because if you have been in the red as a business the whole year, you go into the black. You profit starting that day. It's disgusting. I wish we didn't do it, but we do. Here we are. We had 3 Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, the names are Rissa, Wendy, and my boy's name was James. I love those. I'm going to say Wendy is named after Wendy Kaplan, who plays Tina from Halloween 5. Rissa is a combination of Lisa Renner, Rissa, and then James, because me. I want to get a refill so bad. You have no idea. Oh, man. Wow, we did it, y'all. We really went ham with this one. I said I wasn't going to do a Yutaka and go for 4 hours, but we're halfway there. We're halfway there. Where is he actually? One of my nephews had Laughing Elmo. Yup, and the batteries would go. Oh gosh, yeah, because the voice would be in slow motion, right? A Cabbage Patch doll left out in the sun. Ew. Oh, and Drew one. Okay, I'll say this is Baby Martin, and he has a this is Baby Martin, and he's not well. Don't laugh at Baby Martin. Oh, I love that. Damn right, Molly. We living on a prayer. Oh my goodness. My lips are still dry from being sick. I still have the residual cough. My nose is actually okay right now, but it's been terrible all day, and my lips are still dry. Oh, how much fun. Did everyone see When Evil Lurks? That's my next movie reaction. That's what I'm editing now. Has everyone seen that yet? It's a foreign film. It's about evil lurking and when it lurks, you know. Mm. Ooh, that was a good one. Ooh, the Furby madness. Gosh, what was for me, I think it was like PlayStations I think the PlayStation like 3 or 4 was like when I was aware, like I was alive and aware of like, this is a big thing. And I remember South Park did, oh gosh, what was it about? I think it was like the Xbox when they did the South Park episode about Black Friday. Again, it's all based on truth. So to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan. I thought the director's previous film was better. Oh, what did they do previously? What was the previous film they did? Because I agree. I actually have been hearing amazing things about the movie. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, that was a movie. Like there are great moments and there are great performances, but overall I was like, okay, like that is what it was. Was what it was. Sorry. I'm always looking. Let me see. Ugh, gross. I'm like looking for. Oh, do I not? Wait a second. I don't follow him. Wait. The Horror Hour. What is this? It's saying I don't follow the Horror Hour. But then I click on it and I do. Okay, so that's not accurate. Have I been saying his name wrong this whole time? I have. I've been saying Yutaka. That's not his name. I'm actual trash. Wow. Imagine that. All this time I'm saying his name incorrectly. God, those things were creepy. I remember putting my Furby in a cabinet out in the kitchen. Nope. No, thank you. Sorry, I was on my phone for so long. Yeah, Furbies. Those things creep me out. Remember when I would die? So it'd be like blah 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 blah, and then go, and when I would just close. Terrified. Oh, Terrified is the previous movie which I enjoyed. It was very eerie. One of the scariest movies. Terrified. I don't think I've heard of that. Yeah, because this one you could tell was like shot beautifully. Every shot, angle, everything was great, but it just kind of, I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I was like, okay. A lot of questions were asked and not many were answered, and I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm really bummed out that I've been saying it's Yusaka. Osa. Been saying the name wrong the entire time, and I just feel like an absolute douche person. Get off my phone. Watch Hide and Go Shriek, 80s camp, great kills, gay killer, and 30-year-olds playing teenagers. Wait, so did it come out in the 80s or is it like an 80s throwback kind of movie? Hide and Go Shriek. What was your first horror movie you watched and got you into horror? Oof, that's hard. Because there's a few movies I remember watching when I was younger, but I don't know if they actually got me into horror. And some of them I watched and then like never watched again. But there was a movie called The Devil's Gift. If you've ever heard of it, I remember watching that. Stupid thumbs up. I remember watching that a lot, which I can't find anywhere. Like it exists for like the VHS tape is super expensive, or it's on like some German Blu-ray, also super expensive, like region locked, you know. Silver Bullet scared me as a kid, but when I tried watching it again a couple of years ago, I was like, this isn't very scary. So I didn't even finish watching it. I just think I was too young to have seen that movie at the time. Child's Play and Halloween were the two franchises I started earliest. And those are the ones that stuck with me the most. So to this day, those are my favorite franchises, Halloween and Child's Play, and of course Scream, but Scream ended up coming later. Because I'm thinking like late 80s, early 90s movies, like movies I would have watched in the early 90s. Watcher in the Woods was one that I used to watch all the time. Oh my gosh. Most of these movies are movies that no one's heard of, but they had some kind of effect on me where I wanted to like see other horror movies. I was watching an 80s German movie dubbed English called The Lift, but a killer elevator. Oh no, elevators scare me, so I don't think I can actually do that. I used to actually have a fear of elevators. I'm always afraid that as I'm walking out, it's gonna fall or shoot upwards, like the beginning of the Resident Evil movie. Ugh, mental, not okay. This movie, if you have Tubi, this is one of the movies that when I watched it when I was a kid, I was like, this is so terrible. But it showed me that anyone could make a movie. And so I used to make movies with my friends, like in high school, middle school, and high school, and even into college. We would make our own like scary movies and stuff like that. And we never finished any of them. They never were completed. But this movie, it was like a couple grown men, I think in like the early 90s, terrible acting, terrible. It's filmed on a camcorder. So there is no like way to get like a 4K something. It was filmed on, I'm pretty sure, probably like one of those camcorders where you put in a VHS tape, you know? Like remember back in the day when you had to put a VHS tape, a full-size VHS tape into the camcorder to record something. That's what it's filmed on. The movie's called Feeders. If you have Tubi, I suggest you seek it out. If you want like no budget, bad acting, bad everything. Looks like it was filmed, like basically looks like your coworker's husband and his friend made a movie. Feeders. There is a sequel that I watched that is just as terrible in all of the right ways. It's so bad. Loved it. I started watching, there's actually a part 3 I found out, and part 3 only came out like last year. I think part 3 is trying too hard. It sucks because the first 2 movies I think were trying to be good and they're terrible, which is why, the camp value is there. The third movie is from the same people or like the kids of those people, but it starts off good, but it's trying too hard to be camp, and so I actually didn't finish it yet. Did Cubby leave and come back? What you talking about now, James? You were talking about old movies, like what movies got me into horror, and they're all movies no one's heard of. Devil's Gift, Feeders, Watcher in the Woods. Watcher in the Woods, y'all should have heard about. Slumber Party Massacre was my first movie I watched. I was 5 when I watched it. Ooh, that's too. Well, that's when I watched like Child's Play and Silver Bullet and stuff. Mom put the video in to shut me up. Damn. Dream Doppelganger. Who's your dream doppelganger? First movie was The Evil Dead. Ooh, that's an epic movie to have be your first movie. I had nightmares for weeks. Yeah, I would too. I absolutely would too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't love Tubi, all the horror movies you can't find. It's strange that we have like Netflix and Hulu and all these things, Amazon, and they've got some good originals, but mostly crap for anything else. And then I go to Tubi and I'm like, because I usually have Shudder. Shudder has like all the horror. Tubi has a lot to offer. When I was on Tubi and I actually saw that they had Feeders, again, a movie made in the 90s by some guys with a camcorder. And it's a movie I have not been able to find or watch since I was a kid. If you look up the VHS tape, which it kills me that I actually had an original VHS tape of Feeders when I was a kid. And my mom got rid of all my tapes back when I was like a teenager. So it's gone. It's in the trash. It's gone. That VHS tape is worth hundreds of dollars now. Tubi has the freaking movie, the whole trilogy of movies. You like we aren't with you because we just watch movies all day long. Girl, that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is watch movies all day long. When I was still feeling sick, I put on Feeders and I watched Feeders and Feeders too. I watched Watcher in the Woods when I was a kid. Yes, Watcher in the Woods, to be honest, I thought I imagined it because I couldn't find it. That's how I felt about The Devil's Gift. I had watched this movie called The Devil's Gift, and I afterwards was like, did I make this up? Did I make up the movie? I remember specifically borrowing it from a kid that lived up the street, watching the thing for like a whole year on repeat. Just loved this movie. And then one day, it was a storm. For some reason, a storm was coming. And I was like, oh, I got to bring this movie back. Like, she probably wants it. And I like ran up and she was like, I forgot you had this. And I'm like, here, it's your movie. Wish I hadn't done that. And then since then was never able to find the movie again. And on eBay, I can see that it exists. But for a long time before the internet, really, I was like, did I make all that up? Well, finally, because I know it exists, Blockbusted videos, I told him, I said, listen, watch this movie and tell me if I'm going to like it. Because for some reason I'm getting like 80s or 70s or 80s over the top camp vibes from my memory. And he watched it and was like, he's like, I'm shocked that you liked this movie, because he said he liked it, but he doesn't think it fits into the vibe of movies I like now. But when I was a kid, I loved it. You have a cough, Jamesy? Are you watching Monarch Legacy? No, I don't have Apple TV. We might get it. We've been talking about it. Melissa is my new nightmare doppelganger. Yes, she is. And I love you both for that. We were talking about New Nightmare earlier because, just because New Nightmare should come up in every conversation we have ever, but also because Alonda Parker watched New Nightmare. So Leo, if you haven't watched it yet, you should watch that. I think you said you already did. I remember my parents watching the original Nightmare on Elm Street when I was around 6 in 1985. I'm guessing terrified, but it made Freddy Krueger become my favorite villain. See, that's the thing, is whatever you watch when you're younger, that becomes the thing. So for me, it was Halloween and Child's Play. So it was Michael Myers and Chucky. I didn't do anything. Why am I getting balloons? Did I do this? Whatever. Tubi has 1995 Showgirls now. That's perfect. It has everything. Tubi has every movie I actually looked for The Devil's Gift. It didn't have The Devil's Gift. But Tubi has everything, and I'm shocked. You watched Alonda, watch it as well. You want to use my Apple TV? Well, okay, then I'll message you. I will message you for your login, and I will test it out. And if we like it, because we've been discussing maybe getting rid of Hulu, because for some reason Hulu only works on Mo's computer. It doesn't work on the TV. It plays the video with no sound. And we've checked all the sound settings. It's the only app it does that for. So I don't know what the glitch is or what's happening, but people's mouths are moving and there's no audio on anything on Hulu for us. So we were thinking about getting rid of Hulu and then, getting Apple TV, because there's a couple of shows we keep hearing about. Campfire Tales. Ooh, I watched that when I was a kid and have not seen that since. Thought I made up. Can't find streaming anywhere. I think there's like some famous people in that. Some famous 90s people are in that. Remember watching it as a kid. It exists. I can attest it exists. I don't think I understood the anthology thing back when I was a kid. I remember Creepshow 2 was another one that I watched when I was a kid. The raft sequence scared me a lot. And that's why I have that on VHS now. I haven't watched it in a long time, probably at least 20 years. But I just know in my mind that I love it. And so there you go. I have stars for Shining Vale. Oh, see, I haven't watched Shining Vale either yet. Ow. Oh. Sorry, my back hurts so bad. I haven't watched Shining Valley yet. No Goosebumps I kind of want to get back into. I found there's a claim sale actually online, and they had the Goosebumps, the Haunted Mask, and I was a kid when I watched that. So again, I have not seen that in 30 years probably. But the Haunted Mask one always actually gave me nightmares. So I'm excited to maybe someday revisit that. But have you checked to see The Devil's Gift is on YouTube? I think it is. I do think that Devil's Gift is on YouTube. But for some reason in my mind, if I sit and watch it, I want to sit and watch the whole movie, like, and own the movie. Like if I watch it and then immediately I need to want a physical copy in my hand. But I might revisit from YouTube. Maybe we'll do a watch party. We'll all watch The Devil's Gift together as a watch party, because I think you're right. I think it is on YouTube. Has Gail Weathers, Madam. I know it's got Courtney Cox and it's got Greg Kinnear, I think, as well. He plays like her husband or something. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That used to give me nightmares too. Are you? But the thing is, I remember almost nothing about any of those episodes, except that I remember that they gave me nightmares. Christine Taylor is in Camp Fratellis. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I know there's like recognizable faces. I don't know why. I'm also thinking one of the like 90210 guys is in it or something. Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps those were underrated. Those were scary as hell. Let me see. Why isn't Watch the Woods on Disney Plus? It's not. I have a I actually found it on DVD maybe like 9 or 10 years ago. And so I have the DVD. It was like $10 online or something. Have y'all seen I actually did a modern trailer for Watcher in the Woods. That was when I used to do this YouTube channel, used to be dedicated to Watcher in the Woods. Used to be dedicated specifically to share, copy, Irma Gersh. Modern trailers. I used to make modern trailers. Watcher in the Woods. For movies that I thought deserved better trailers. And so in the chat right now, I just put a link. I don't know if the link will work if you click on it or not, but that's a link for my Watcher in the Woods modern trailer. Or you can just go to my modern trailers playlist. I legit have a whole playlist of modern trailers. If you are on my page and you click on, I didn't know this until I was watching, I think like vidIQ. I watched them for like advice and stuff. You can actually go to someone's page and click on a filter that gives you their videos in order of most popular. And if you do that with mine, the top 10 most popular videos, at least, maybe even top like 15, are modern trailers, because that's what people used to watch my channel for. But I would only post one every like couple months because it takes a long time to make them. Now we do movie reactions together and stuff. I am working on actually though a modern trailer for Halloween H2O because I love that movie. I know I'm so sniffly. I have a sickness, but that's my own comment. There you go. But you should watch the trailer. I made it several years ago, so I don't remember if it's any good or not, but I love I'll take a movie that I haven't seen. Well, not a movie I haven't seen in a long time. A movie that deserves a better trailer that means something to me. So Watch in the Woods obviously meant something to me. And some of my trailers kind of bask in the fact that you've seen the movie. If you're watching a modern trailer, you probably have seen the movie before. And so I kind of like overly heighten everything, or I misdirect. So I like taking scenes that play out one way in the movie, but the trailer suggests it in a different way. So if you are watching, and I actually had some people say that they watched my trailer to see if they wanted to actually watch the movie. Like someone said they never watched Poltergeist 3. And so they found my trailer and watched my trailer and said, ooh, I want to watch that movie. And I was like, well, just prepare yourself, because the movie, I love Poltergeist 3, but I know a lot of people don't. But are you down with the sickness? I am so down with the sickness, Melissa. It's oh, wow. Love Halloween H2O. We'll keep an eye out for the trailer. Actually, do I have it's not going to mean anything to you guys because you aren't watching it, but I can play a snippet. You'll hear just the audio. I'm still working on a lot of things. Do you guys want to hear a part of the beginning or a part of the middle or a part of the end? I'll play whichever one you want. It's gonna be just the audio. Because again, I'm still I'll edit, then I'll re-edit, then I'll re-edit. I will make a trailer 30 or 40 times before it actually gets posted. For example, I did one for The Faculty, and I actually hate that trailer. But I had reached a point of, I think I had deleted it and started from scratch like 6 or 7 times, and finally just took the things I liked, the different pieces, and put them all together into one and said, here, post it. I need to get this off my computer. Does anyone remember Cry Baby Lane? No, I've never heard of that. What is Cry Baby Lane? Everyone sent Jamesy a bit of your energy. Yeah, I need some energy, y'all. I actually need more. I need some of this. I've never heard of Cry Baby Lane. What is that? Molly says whichever. Anyone else care? I don't think anyone cares anyway about anything, but I love the modern trailers. I think are the most exciting thing when I post them, because they are, for me, purely the most creative thing I do on the channel, you know? Maybe, let me see. I'll do like the middle. Oh my God, there's like 15. This is how I do, to give you like an idea. This is how, like, if you can see, like this is a picture of the screen of just about maybe 10 seconds worth. It's like audio file under audio file under audio file under audio file. Like I am so OCD, overly meticulous about every little millisecond of the thing. This day I'm confused. Wow, Twilight aired on Nickelodeon. Oh, was it like really scary then? This creepy Crybaby Lane. Let me see. James, can you text Moses to ask him to bring you a drink? Oh, well, wait. No, I'll have to go get it myself, I think. I mean, so Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes were really dark. Yeah, no, some of them. Yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I remember being very scary. And I think I had to watch like at night alone, usually. Just like so weird. Oh, movie. Okay. Bring Moses up. I think he's at rehearsal still. He's doing he's in a show coming up in a couple weeks. That's why he's not home. Let's do also, I keep thinking of different parts that I want to do with this trailer that I haven't done yet. So in my mind, certain parts are complete that are not. They still just live in my brain.
You want to talk about it?
Do you think it's possible that something so tragic can happen to somebody that they never recover from it?
So you've been living with this for 20 years?
It's Halloween, I guess. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Okay, that's I'm not gonna get like carried away with stuff. Oh, did I get this far yet? Oh, I did get this far. This is changing. I'll play a part that's changing anyway. Let me see.
I've had my...
No, not that.
Yeah, right.
You're supposed to say Michael Myers, yeah, right?
Myers.
Yeah, see, this is still like in bits and pieces.
Yeah, right.
So you can't see what's happening, so it's like not fun for you. It's the part where the door opens in the beginning and Mary...
That's enough. I can't take it. He's dead. Michael Myers is dead. What's he waiting for? Don't you think he would have shown up by now? This is a sick joke.
It's all changing, so why am I even playing it? I found different music that I want to use, and I'm going to move a lot of the dialogue around. But that's the idea. You know, Halloween H2O. Love a good hospital horror movie, especially 80s. Hospital Massacre. Is that a movie, Daniel? Visiting Hours. I never heard of these movies. Hospital Massacre and Visiting Hours. I will check those out. You would like the show So Weird. I didn't know what you meant by So Weird. So it is a show. It's a show called So Weird. Courage the Cowardly Dog. That sounds familiar. I remember Courage the Cowardly Dog. Crybaby Lane is basically Nickelodeon's Don't Look Under the Bed. Okay. See, these are so many. I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog. Didn't watch So Weird until later. Wow. Okay, I was missing out on a lot. I was missing out on a lot of things. So with the Thanksgiving theme, do you remember the Buffy the Vampire? I'm gonna leave for a second to get a refill of this, and you all can spread your hate for what I'm about to say. I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Okay, we're back. This is just water. Moses is home. He's downstairs. Sounds like Josh Hartnett said Michael Myers is did instead of dead. You know what I noticed with this H2O trailer? The audio is really low. So I'm gonna have to find a way to like export it differently because the dialogue is too quiet. So I'll figure it out. Oh, Xander got an STD. Okay. Never seen Buffy. Nope. I've seen like clips and pieces. And he just left. Yeah, I just took off. Apparently, Moses is home and Tyler has gone to the bathroom all over the house. So I have to go clean that up. That's why this is just water. So I'm gonna have to bounce in a second. We'd fix this. I actually attempted to watch it. Moses even had his sister try to watch it. And she got, I think, like halfway through season 1. Maybe all the way. And she was like, I just can't. And I don't think it hits the same with this generation. And I don't know if it'll hit the same for me, you know, because even the clips I watched, I was like, I don't get it. But if I watched it as a kid, I would, you know. I think my time has like come and gone, unfortunately, with Buffy. Love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know what show I did love, though, was Dollhouse, which is also Joss Whedon, who is trash as a person, but he makes good shows. I need to watch Buffy. It's a classic. Okay, Molly, I'll try. Someday I might watch it. Buffy and Charmed. Gay rite of passage. Okay, fine. I'm not a true gay. I've been told I'm not a true gay a lot of times. Oh, my. Gotcha. Okay. Well, this has been amazing. But since I... Dollhouse is amazing. And I'm pissed. I'll say this one last thing before I bounce. Dollhouse was so great. It was leading up to like what would be like probably a phenomenal freaking ending, and then it got canceled. So they actually combined what they were going to turn into at least 2 seasons. They had to cram into 1 season. They could have either left the final season as scripted, or they went in and They tweaked the last couple episodes and basically just like all of a sudden jumped ahead like 5 years so that the show could have like an actual ending. And I'm glad they did that, but it also is a bummer because you could tell how awesome it would have been if they had like, you know, Elijah Dushku is a babe. If they had let the whole show go on, you know, like it's supposed to. But this is my longest live ever. And I appreciate all of you. I'm glad we talked about Thanksgiving, the movie, and the holiday, and Black Christmas. We talked about Blood Rage. We talked about Scream 4, The Watcher in the Woods, Feeders, every freaking thing you can think of. So glad I made it. Yes, Melissa, I'm glad you made it too. Bye, guys. No longer... Wait, we need longer streams like this, circumstances permitting. So maybe we'll try to do like more fun long ones like this. I'll pick a couple topics and we'll rant like we do, and I will bring backups of alcohol next time. Thank you, Prima Donna, for joining us. Thank you, Richard G. Thank you, Leo and Melissa and Yaz and Lee and oh my gosh, everyone. I've seen so many other Molly and I'm not going to scroll up and say it. Scott and Derek was here earlier, and everyone. Thank you all very much. You can keep commenting. This will get posted afterwards, and we can keep chatting in the comments and stuff like that. But I appreciate you all. Have a look out for When Evil Lurks, the movie reaction, and the How Me H2O modern trailer. And at some point for December, I'm still planning on doing all of the rest of the Silent Night, Deadly Night sequels. So I don't know. It'll be fun. I have been Shut Up James. You know, it's me. And good night.